Hello everyone. My name is Bruce, and we are a little bit later than expected. But during the quote-unquote first session, you do have a period of time where you have individuals that will be asking questions about characters and getting characters done and such. I had not finished creating the characters for the playtest yet. And this is not going to be a traditional playtest where we just throw various characters at various scenarios. I was actually going to do it organically with experience points and leveling up and letting my players involved with this dictate the growth of their characters as time went on. So I am taking things in a new direction. This is going to be primarily based off of 3rd edition or Pathfinder, and I'm adding in a lot of things. So if the chat wants to try to understand what's going on, that's great. However, this is not a typical game. This is not a game that's been published yet. This is the first game that evolve and work with players, as most games should. The Dungeon Master should be an arbiter of rules, which means sometimes you have to understand that some rules are not actually situations, and you have to make amends or you have to correct things so your table is actually able to do what they want to. My name is Bruce. With me today is Connell, the Cigar DM. This is Janet from Another Planet, fresh from her tour from the Friday Night Shit Show. Our friend, 6H31 Kicks. The Crafting Gamer.
Oop. Hello.
And then Lady One, the Gamer. Hail. All right. So today's game is in a little town in the Grand Duchy of Rheims called Gilboath. Gilboath is a very small, almost an agriculture community, and it's about 148 miles from the walled capital city of Rheims. We are playing in the campaign known as the Lost Lands, which is a campaign setting developed initially by Necromancer Games and then fleshed out by Frog God Games. And that is where I typically host every campaign I run. I really like their campaign world. I think it's fantastic.
I can verify this.
The little town of Gilboath has been your home for years. And all of you are young kids, basically. And when I say kids, I mean 16 to 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know how you really feel about that. I understand that some people are adverse to wanting to play such a untested individual, but I think it offers quite a bit. Maybe I'm wrong.
I got a problem with it.
Oh, to be a teenager again.
I'm all good with it.
Freaking immortal, man. Let's go.
I sent Janet a picture of me back when I was 17, having dinner with one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. I kind of looked, I was a good looking kid at 17. It's a shame things have changed.
Oh, you're still good looking.
Oh, don't lie.
I'm not lying.
You got a face for radio. It's all right.
And a voice for print.
This Grizzly Adams with a beard. Rugged.
Well, in the lands of Rheims, where you are fairly familiar with, let me push this.
I see giants and a tiger. I'm having flashbacks of a different Saturday.
Okay. So, this is the Grand Duchy of Rheims, where you're familiar with life. Here's the city,
Mm-hmm.
primarily lived around the Gilboa area. There's a few things about Gilboa that you're very familiar with. One, in the center of town, there is an old statue, over 100 years old, to Garant of the Gilboa, a Justicar of Mirror, and one of the last two members of that holy order.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what happened to him, but he was lost in the Battle of Zar between the Army of Light and Disciples of Orcus in 3209 IR. And sometime after that, a shrine was established here. Janet, you were playing the divine character, correct?
Yes.
All right. The domains that you have available,
Mm-hmm.
and initially, I'll have to work with you on the domains just to help you out. But the domains are the primary casting strength of a deity. You'll have minor access to other domains, but the domains that you primarily have access to are law, good, protection.
Okay.
That is your meat and drink. Those three domains right there. You also have minor access to healing and to other things like that. Typical what clerics would have in other games.
Yeah.
In this game here, you will get full access to a domain's spell list at the higher levels. You'll get all the way up to 10th level spells.
Okay.
But other spells you're going to cap out around 4th level, and some others you might get access up to 7th. But with things that your god is great with, you will have the capacity to focus their power for you with those spells.
Okay.
This town is an agriculture powerhouse. Aside from the tourism that doesn't really draw so many people anymore, we were just talking about the town that Kim Basinger bought in Georgia in 1989. It was supposed to become a studio recording town, and everybody was supposed to go there and start using that and not being Hollyweird. Never quite happened. It's about 35 years later, and that still hasn't happened yet. They got a barbershop, though. A bunch of help wanted signs in the local diners and shit. That's basically Gilboa. Gilboa is a small town, 2,200 people. About 1,000, maybe 1,100 of them are human, with the majority of them being Fordwaith and Heldring types, which are mainly, they're going to be variants of what we call Anglo. Some have wide cheeks like the Heldring does. Fordwaith has more of a chiseled look, a classic German good looks with the square chin, the blonde hair, and the blue eyes. But aside from the agriculture, many of you on your character sheet, there should say things like middle class or upper class. All of you are from families that have had the opportunity to succeed and buy people to act as family farmhands. All of you, all 5 of you, know how to run various aspects of a vineyard because your families are very involved with that. That is one of the things about Gilboa that not many people in the religious community talk openly to people about, but when it comes to working the books and getting logistics planned out, you will see caravans all the time coming here, getting barrels and casks, and then shipping them to the rest of Akados. This place is the most fertile ground for the grape.
Do we also do we make the wine, but do we also grow the grapes?
Yes.
It's a vineyard. Yeah, would be growing.
Okay.
No, parrot head. I've not died yet. Damn it. Granted, and give it time.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance really to do that just yet. Give me a moment. Let me see what I can do to him there, Parrot Head. So, on this day of the 7th day of the 5th month,
Mhm.
I don't have my laptop in here. I'm using Chris's PC, so I don't have the access to the calendar that I usually have. But the 5th month of the year, what we would call normally May, there's a different name for it. I believe it's Boros. You have a group of people coming into town, and as the 5 of you have congregated, you're actually, the 5 of you represent different young children from the 8 families of the great that live here in town. And the 8 families are basically like a middle-class nobility. This is also a market day, so you're watching your hired hands unload the wagons, and if you're a beefy individual, yes, I'm looking at you, Mr. Marshall character, that 17 strength, that helps get the barrels off the wagons a little faster. But you've got about 10 regular men and a couple ladies that they ride with, and they help unload the casks. And you can see that the market day is in swing. After about an hour, you start seeing the silvers starting to come to the point where you're making money. At about 11 o'clock, all 5 of you receive a summon to head to the market tent, which the marketplace is one very large. Just all this out, it's a lot easier. You have the square here where you all are taking part of your effort to help enrich your individual families.
This is like a market.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So
Here's the market tent right here. There's stalls all over the place.
I'm picturing the way he's describing this somewhere between 1789 to 1799, and people having a little bit of a French accent.
A little bit, yeah.
All right. Those are some interesting years in France. Those who
They
know,
are. Wasn't that the Musketeers era?
that was the French Revolution.
So anyway, you make your way to the market square, and inside you'll file in first. A lot of you will be in there first, then eventually your hirelings will make it in after you.
Because it's not just us. We have our wines from our family's vineyards, but there's other people with other products, I'm sure, in this.
Well, it depends on what class your character is from. You're either the owner, the worker, or the merchant who sells it.
Mhm. No, I mean, in the square, there's other people mingling around selling their wares, not
Yes.
just us. So
Yeah,
I'm asking. That's what-
it's a combination of like a market day, farmer's market, pretty much being that it's the 7th day. I mean, this is the day where typically everybody starts off, and they're doing this market endeavor.
Can I interrupt for a second? I'm very sorry. Mehdi is asking, how can I join in someday?
Somebody want to drop Mehdi the link to the Discord?
Yeah, I'm not very good at that yet, but if somebody could, that'd be great. Okay, you can go ahead. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure you saw. I knew you were busy setting things up. Thank you, Bruce.
So as other people are moving around the table, you see that they're sitting inside and letting you gain access to the table itself. You note that there is a air of a little bit more seriousness than what you're used to. Arcane focused on, has the mongoose. Divine character played by Miss Janet. Arcane favored with staff.
I have a name if you want it. I already wrote one down.
What is your name?
Isabel.
Oh, okay, Isabel. If you guys could write your characters' names down on your or in Discord for me in the beta test, I'll getting that. Marshall.
The marshal's name is Cormac.
Okay, and the skill. The individual, person that you've had good dealings with him in the past. Now, actually, most of you don't really know him that well, but he is the individual within this community. He is Mayor Aaron Sarporowand. And as he's taking care of business and signing a few ledgers and stamping a few things, please come have a seat at this table. I have some business which I'd like to discuss with you. Once you're seated, he makes sure the maids and tavern girls bring in some drinks. Looks like it's going to be kind of an interesting situation because, oh, by the way, drinking age is, can you see over the bar? Once you can see over the bar, you can drink.
It's my childhood all over again.
Yes, welcome to Flynn's in Belfast, Ireland. Okay.
Cormac, but close enough. Not Cormac. Quark, but close enough.
So, as he sets you down and you get some food in front of you, it's mainly some bites of various potato wedges and biscuits, bits of bowls for gravy. He says, "We've been having an interesting situation as of late. The other three families did not send their children, or I would say their up and coming individuals to today's market day, which is kind of sad. We, as a town, it doesn't really look that good whenever we have 8 large families that they have done quite well at making sure that the local churches and the religious community of the surrounding area in this country have been well wedded, per se. So I have to deal with only 5 instead of the 8. This is a matter of importance, and I'm sure that before you can agree to this, we need to possibly discuss things. Send you all back to your families on your various estates and discuss things with your parents if they wish to partake. But one of the communities to the north, not too far from Finra, or Finira, right up here, Joe both. And just to show you on this map, here's Reen, City of Gilboa, and Finria. It's about another 150 miles away. But the city has had a tragedy of sorts happen, and we've not had any word of them for over a month. Typically, they send a caravan every 2 weeks through here on the way down to Ream, and then you have other merchant caravans go up from Ream, and they're on their usual route. There's been no interruption of those, but the Finra, they've not had any communication. So, as much as I hate to say it, we're neighbors. We've got some people in town that are related to them, and before the summer gets a little too exhausting, I'd like to send some people that direction and see if they'd be willing to take a look, check things out. Inform your families that the city has been notified of this grave situation through our contact in the Guild of Trades and Coasters, and they're very willing to see what's going on. Your families will each receive 250 gold, and the expected amount of time for you to be involved with this situation is about 3.5 weeks.
It's not bad.
If you're able to. I understand that some people don't want to endeavor unless they have no idea what's going on, but it's just kind of confusing, and we've not seen them for a month. We should have seen at least 2, maybe 3 of their caravans make their way down here.
Well, I guess we need to check it out then.
Do you have any questions for me before I discuss other things, or are we good?
Are you the like the mayor of the town?
Yes, I'm Oren.
Okay. So do you have any specific route that we should take
There is a game.
that these people normally would take that we should follow?
There is a game trail available. I know many of your families don't really. You're not coming from families that are into the realm of gladiatorial sports, but if there is necessary protection that's needed, the town is willing to extend to you 3 of the militiamen that are good with a bow. And if you need weapons yourselves, we can provide those as well. As a follower of Mir, by the way, Janet, your preferred weapon is just a long sword.
Okay. How do I spell the name of my daddy?
Muir.
Okay. In a long sword.
I presume I prefer either a staff or something, or practically nothing for a weapon as an arcane.
Staff, yeah.
When I was picturing this character in my head, Bruce, I figured that, I don't know, I was going to make him a son of a blacksmith, but if this works too. I was, if everybody is connected to the vineyard, right? Our families.
There's 8 families with extensive farms and vineyards here.
Right.
There is another the Schoenforths. They have a one portion of the family parcel they have is wine, and then the other half is dedicated to hay.
Gotcha. So I was just saying, I was wondering if they'll do the whole blacksmith thing, but if it doesn't work for your campaign, it doesn't work.
If you want to do blacksmithing, you can. I'm okay with that.
All right. Because the way I have him kind of pictured in my head being a blacksmith for some odd damn reason. Or
Well, if these families are rich enough, they'd each have their own personal blacksmith, if not have members of family who do blacksmithing. So,
well,
yeah,
True.
members of the family do their own blacksmithing. There is a blacksmith in town, but your family could probably have a member of the family do it a little better.
well, the class the class that my character is not the financial class, I should say, is middle class. And that time period, like medieval time period, blacksmiths would be middle class.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm picking. But
There's some of you that have had like your mom or your dad remarried, and there's other siblings that are not related to you that are within the household. And being a blacksmith is something that requires time to work on.
yeah,
A couple of years to be good at it. And that's just something that you would actually, if you want to go for being a blacksmith, that'd be fine. I mean, that's why we have a craft skill on there. It's just that you haven't invested any points into it yet. You can when you hit second level.
no, that's fine. That's fine. But when the reason why I was thinking this is because you were talking about weapons, and I'm back in my head. I'm seeing this guy using a mallet or a war pick.
Okay.
And no, Bruce, I'm not going to be. He's not going to be a thrower.
Okay.
Bruce,
Yes.
since I'm an only child, could I negotiate for a higher price or possibly a better weapon?
What type of weapon do you have right now? Do you know?
As far as I can tell, I don't have any.
I didn't detail the weapons that you have. Which character do you have?
I have the busker.
Okay. The busker, because you're the only child, you have a little bit more silver than everybody else. Also, on your busker, I need you to alter one of your sets of skills. You have 2 individual skills you can dump 5% into that you haven't already played with on the acrobatics, phrase, climb, craft, guys, escape artist, or knowledge.
Mhm.
All right.
Is there any of those, or linguistics, performance, strength? Keep in mind, you are a busker, and I didn't dump any points into that. I'm sorry, but you do have 2 skill points you could drop in there, and you could put in to perform sing, perform stringed instrument, which would give you a 25% in both of those skills.
Yeah, we'll do that.
You also get an extra 25 silver because of the only child situation. If you want to talk to this, if you want to talk to Arwen about this reward, sure.
All right. Sorry, I'm just writing that down. Like, how about a diplomacy check to see if we can get a little more gold going on here?
All right, go ahead and roll your D100, add 25.
Ooh, 64 plus 25. That's 89. So I'm assuming that's not good.
He says, you know, in this town, we don't have a whole lot of money available. Tell you what, why don't you and I walk down to the the weaponsmith and see if he has any weapons within the shop that you might like.
Sounds
Would
fair.
that be fair?
Yes, it would.
Okay. When you head down, go ahead.
What dice did he just roll?
The
2d10
the
percentile.
percentiles.
Okay, so the ones you were showing a while ago, because I thought you
Yeah.
said something. I thought you said D100.
Yeah, D100 percentile.
I'll say
That's one of their names. D100, D10.
It's not on my list. There's no D100. That's right. That's the only reason I go, oh my God, he's picking no dice.
There is actually a dice out there, Janet. It looks like a golf ball.
Yeah.
It's a big
The
golf ball.
D120.
I have one.
I do not.
I as soon as I was checking out dice on Amazon because I like looking at dice every once in a while, and I found a set. It's like, and that was at the same exact time I wanted to send a dice pouch to Legion of Myth. So I was like, I made a dice pouch for Legion of Myth. I made a dice pouch for Heathen Dog, and then I bought 3 sets of those dice. One I sent to Max Liao, one I sent to Heathen Dog. Well, technically Max Liao sent the one to Heathen Dog for him because Heathen Dog does not like giving out his address. I don't blame him. And of course, one set for me. And I sent that one as a kind of a gag gift because I already knew because it was a specialty set of dice, D3s, D5s, D7s. I already knew that Heathen Dog doesn't like those kind of dice, so I sent it as kind of a gag gift.
Okay, so we're going to have 3 bowmen that's going to go with us to help protect us. Is
Yes.
that what you
Probably
want
not
to?
a bad idea.
Yeah, I definitely want some protection because we are going
A
in
bunch of kids doing the job. Yeah.
So yes, that's good.
All right.
So
Go ahead, Skull.
he says, is there any other questions that the rest of you have before we adjourn this meeting?
Are we going to go ahead and get like bedrolls and bags with like our food and water, things like that to carry with us?
Let's
And
go
maybe a
ahead.
couple of healing potions to drink in case we fall down or get scrapes or bit
I
by
think potions
something.
are going to be up for the grabs here.
So.
Sorry, I don't think potions will be up for the grabs here, given how how poor the city currently is.
Mm-hmm.
City's quote unquote not poor. It's actually pretty well off. It's just that
Maddie,
is something
enough of us have dice that we could roll for you.
and there is the Die Maiden within Discord.
Yeah, there's that too.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Die Maiden is my buddy.
I do have one question, Bruce.
Go ahead.
My character says simple weapons. I'm assuming that's like short swords, daggers.
Actually,
That's
simple
cool.
weapons are more like a mace, hammer. Short swords are kind of martial weapon. However, in simple weapon category is like spears. Six Nations. What character do you have?
I have the skilled.
Okay. You also know how to use a long sword, a sap, and a short bow. Short bows are not simple weapons.
Quick GM question.
ahead.
Since I lost my book, basically, how does magic work?
How do you do what?
How does magic work?
How does magic work? Well,
Yes. How am I going to cast spells?
before we get into combat, I do need to give you casters your spells that you have access to. Bards, you learn spells as time, or buskers and bards learn their spells over time. Wizards, anybody that's an arcane, they have a traveling book with 50 pages in it, some spells that are taking up pages, and they would read the spells. They would read through their book in the morning, and then they do that for an hour when they first wake up, and they have access to all those spells in that book.
Okay.
As time goes on, they get better getting prepared for the day. And then pretty much, like if you have multiple spell books with different spells in each book, you pick one that you study in the morning, and you arrange yourself like any of those spells you can cast as long as you have mana points.
Okay.
Various spells, like first level spells, cast 1 mana point. Same thing for clerics; they cast 1 PD point. First level spells. Second level spells cost 4 PD points. You guys have both of you divine and you arcane types and buskers. You guys have access to your first and second level spells. Actually, the buskers only have first level spells right now. They learn the second level spells at second level. My bad. But the arcane and the divine characters have access to first and second level. Now, depending on how many times you cast whatever these spells are, you're going to run out of points if you don't be careful. But you can rest up tonight, tomorrow, get 8 hours of sleep, read through your book again, and get access to your spells yet again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you're definitely going to need your weapon.
Yeah.
In case you don't have a spell.
Yeah. Yeah. I apologize. This campaign day came fast, and I didn't realize like how little time I had prepared. I'm sorry, but
Good.
we will overcome.
It's all gravy.
This conversation can happen after stream. Never mind. Wait.
So once you do your work and you help clean up things from the day, each of you will go back to your respective homes within the little community of Gilboa, and not one of you lives actually within the city itself, within the community. All of you live on a portion of the outskirts with your family farmsteads spilling out in the acreage beyond. Not one of you, if you bring this up to your parents and let them know, like, hey, listen, the community wants us to go out and do this job for them. And if anybody wanted, the mayor would have been happy to have given the writ. He had 8 writs prepared. Only 5 of the families showed up that day. So you guys do have a writ to give to your parents to show them, like, hey, listen, we want to use your kid because we don't really have a quote unquote an adventuring charter in this community. We have a very small town. It's only 1,100 people.
Mm-hmm.
Not many people in this town. I mean, there's a lot of people who are like 3rd or 7th level, but there's very few individuals that are anything more than like a marshal or a skilled or a divine. There are a couple churches here where you can get some healing or blessings and such. There's a temple to Freya. There's a shrine to Mir here. The shrine to Mir is staffed by 2 people, a very young man of about maybe 18 winters and a gentleman that's about 85 winters old. In fact, he looks like one of the knights of the Grail in Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade. And he's always trying to temper the young man, like, no. You know, we don't be getting crazy. Whenever he sees Isabel, he always gets happy. He's like, that's the type of, person that they become later in life. They go into the clerical work. She's calm. She can be fierce when she needs to, but she's not like you little impulsive shit. And you hear him talk about that all the time at the shrine, Janet. Your families, when you give them the writ, the families just kind of shrug their shoulders like, okay, well, the guild is going to pay us to let you go off for 3.5 weeks. Also at the bottom, each of the writs has a notification. If your child is killed during this time, the guild is willing to pay up to 1,000 gold pieces, and the insurance, is a payout and apologies for the grievous loss of your child. But we need this. So,
To be honest, there for a second, lady, I thought, well, since I'm an only child, can my parents just buy me out of it? Hey, I'm like, oh my God.
there is no Sullivan law here. There's no Sullivan law here.
My son.
Yeah, I'm firstborn, so like I'm sure that my parents wouldn't be too deeply upset.
I'm sorry, I can't
No.
go.
The Jane
I
other
can't go. You
siblings.
got bones first.
All right. So,
Yeah, I
Golds,
think the reason they picked us, though, I think the mayor picked us because he knew that we had potential and being, pretty good people to want to help our
My
community.
character has another. My character parents have another kid. I'm expendable.
Well, I have 8 siblings, so I'm very expendable. But I think that because of the standing of our families, that and the way that we've been raised, I think the mayor feels that we have the diplomacy and the brains and the
Right.
wherewithal to take this as our first time adventure to see if we can find out what happened to these people.
Boy, you can definitely tell you're such a new player.
Why? I mean, to me,
I'm
that's
doing
so
this
much.
for the money.
Glass half full type of person.
I know.
What does that mean? I don't understand what you're saying.
It's a good thing.
I'm thinking about why we would be chosen out of all the people in our town, why he chose us. And that's what I think. I mean, he would look around and see who's the best people. He's not going to just send 4 drunks in the alley to go do it. I mean,
Well,
he pretty much knows they're not going to do anything.
Well,
Right?
What time period, if your world, Bruce, has a time period, would it be the Renaissance? Would it be the Middle Ages? Where would it be?
this would be more considered like 1500, like the age of sail.
So the beginning of the Renaissance.
Yeah.
Then my character is fully down with that because who wants to work on a damn farm when they can go and have an adventure for 3.5 weeks and get some gold?
Being the son of a smithy, I'd be right there with you. It's time, this is the era of adventure.
Being firstborn, I probably get all the crap work on the farm.
Like me, I have 8 siblings, so this is my chance to prove to my parents that I have an ability to do something without them telling me what to do and me making the decisions for me.
Does your parents,
when I come back,
Jan,
I have a place to help run the family business. You know what I mean? To step in somewhere because I have some type of responsibility and I've proven myself.
I'm thinking Jen's character. I'm thinking Jen's character is really a rabbit. By how many siblings does she has?
Maybe. No, I'm human. My parents are rabbits, not me. I'm just one of their offspring.
Right. So we go home. We tell our families the good/bad news.
Well, I'm not looking at it as bad. I'm
We've
looking
been
at
voluntold. Now, when are the donkeys going to show up?
You want donkeys?
Does the donkey handlers?
No, it's just your campaign. There's always donkeys somewhere in your campaign.
What's a mama was a clown car? What does that mean? I don't get it.
Name here went. Let me see if I can summon him. Soy based grandma.
Go destroy the oven.
Well, what does it mean? What's a clown car?
You've never seen a clown car.
Yeah, in a circus, but this is in a
Same
circus.
difference. He's saying the character's mom
Oh,
in the clown car, you know.
All the
those kids
sounds
that
filling
mom.
out.
I mean, I'm Irish Catholic. I can't say much.
who's Jeremy talking about?
Insert name here.
Oh, is it here or is it in Discord?
It doesn't really matter. I'll
Okay.
explain after show.
Well, YouTube has a red little thing next to the picture of the person. The other one, Twitch, whatever, it has a different picture. It's like blue or something. Like
Oh,
YouTube has that red YouTube symbol. The rest of them like will be different.
okay.
Okay. I don't know where insert name here is. If you guys, oh, there he is. Hey, insert name here. Okay. I'm doing some spells for you guys in the Discord real quick, so you have an idea of what spells you're capable of casting. If you want to know what they do, I will extrapolate.
Yes, Jeremy. She's been through a dicks. Been through a lot.
Aw, now Darren G Rock's feeling sorry for me too. Kind of makes me feel bad now.
I like to think, Janet, that you are.
I thought the whole thing was to ask questions so we can understand what we're getting ourselves into and why we're doing it, why we're making these decisions. Isn't that what we do every day in our lives, basically?
That's
we
not
just get in the car and go to the store without a list to go buy shit. I mean, you're planning out your day's meals and things like that. I mean, that's how I thought I was looking at it.
Wait, you plan out your meals? I just walk to the fridge and see what the fuck I want.
Well, there has to be food in the fridge for you to get something out of it, right?
No,
and if you don't have milk or butter or apples, you can't go get them.
I cook for a living. You think I do that shit at home?
I didn't know what you did for a living for sure. But what I'm saying is, I'm a mom. I do that. I have to think about what we need. Batteries, A batteries, C batteries, D batteries, you got to plan ahead.
What we were coming at you for was not knowing what a clown car was. That, not everything else, the other questions.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't understand. I was just trying to understand what that was. But now I know it's supposedly somebody's vajayjay or something. Is that what they said in the? Somebody said something in the somewhere in here.
I'm going to buy a 1960s Bug, right, Volkswagen, and the license plate is going to say vajayjay just because of you.
Okay. Well, that's a nice way of saying it.
Either that or Vagine and Bob's.
I couldn't hear what he said. What did you say, Gamer?
Oh, was it Gamer? I thought it was Six Nations.
I thought it was Crafting Gamer that said that. So it was Six Nations. Was that you that said that?
Yes.
Okay, because I couldn't hear what you said.
You need to plug your tablet in so we can hear you better. Sorry.
How about now?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
There we go.
Perfect.
Okay. Good thing I got the camera off because it's really compromising now. I was saying the license plate is better with your suggestion than saying Vagine and Bob's.
No, go do it from a British point of view. Call it the mid. What do they call it over there?
Fanny. They call it a fanny.
No, there's another term for it.
Oh.
I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Because when I was talking about a fanny pack, they were in a group. They were laughing at me, and I was like, "What's wrong with the fanny pack?" Well, fanny's in the front, and I go, "Our fanny's in the back." So it's shifted, whatever. Sorry, Bruce.
It's okay. Your parents don't have a problem. They're all happy to get 250 gold from the guild once you guys have completed this little gig for the town. This also causes 3 of your fathers to head into town the next day with you. So you all arrive together, and 3 fathers kind of confront Mayor Aaron Sarpound is his name. He says, "How might I help you, gentlemen? We just have some questions. Please go ask." So finally, Isabel's father asked. He says, "What's the possibility of being able to? If this works out, my daughter has plans. I mean, it'd be nice if she was working around the family farm, but if she can fulfill what she wants to do, that I struggle with it. But if Aaron says, sir, you want to know if the town would help provide for a way for your daughter to go to the adventuring college? Yes. As much as I hate that I even asked that, I am. We'll talk about it in the future, sir. This is the first time something like this has popped up in many years. Your daughter's of age, where typically this is the sort of thing that gets asked. Young kids typically get asked to do things like city militia work, or they'll volunteer to get away from the house. They do guard duty on a merchant caravan, or not seen for 8 or 10 years. Father says, I know our neighbor has 2 children that work for the Trade Coasters Union, and they've not been seen in over a decade. Well, they said they're alive. They're just traveling. Give you an idea of what this is like. This is kind of like whenever somebody leaves their hometown at the age of 18 and they go on an extended trip. When they come back, they might not even be able to talk as a normal person. We don't know yet. So, the main question out of the way that your fathers wanted to know, like, you gonna foot the bill for my stupid kids adventuring college if they decide to do that? Why, yes. Why, yes, we would. Okay.
Good.
So then, lady, you're playing the busker. What type of weapon did you receive? What type of weapon were you looking for with the mayor?
Either a mace or a short sword, I would assume.
The weapon shop, when you're looking at the various maces and short swords, the weapons shop says, are you looking to make things scream and bleed, or would you rather hit things with a satisfying whump and hear bones break?
We'll go with the latter. A blunt weapon, I think, is more to my liking.
Okay. It's a possibility. I'm going to assume with that you're going for a heavy mace.
Yeah, I think I can swing that.
Okay. A heavy mace is 8 pounds bludgeoning damage. And for you, it'll do a D8 damage. This campaign also, I might add, we use exploding damage die, or what I call trauma die. So I've not seen trauma die used in a game yet, and trauma is better than exploding damage. Exploding damage sounds like Michael Bay's here, but what exploding or trauma damage means is that if you roll the maximum result on a die for damage, you roll another die and minus that by 1. So this came up a 5. This actually goes to a 4. If, however, you roll max damage on the second die, again, you will roll another die until you stop rolling the max value.
All right.
Okay? And every die that you roll after the first one gets a -1 on it. So it's just some extra things. That happens on not only damage, but on healing as well. Okay. Your mace, also notate on it that you have a speed factor because you're basic at it. You have a speed factor of 8 with a mace.
All right.
Being at your first level, I don't look at trying to have a competition of trying to kill you fastest, although Parrot Head would love that. He loves to see Connell squirm. But no.
Do I have an instrument or
You have either a viola or a violin.
We'll go with the viola.
Okay. Janet, your speed factor with your longsword, and I'll explain this to you. Whenever there's combat, I say roll initiative, or roll whatever die I say for initiative, and typically that's like a D6. So everybody rolls that, and then I start counting upward. At the point where I say the number that rolled on your die, you tell me what you're doing, or what you're doing next, actually. And say, like, we were beset by a vicious woman with a broom, and Janet was first on initiative to attack her. Janet would be like, well, I want to attack her with my hammer or with my sword. Okay. Well, Janet rolled a 5. On 5, I asked her, what are you doing? And this is after she's already been attacked by this lady. And Janet would be like, I'm going to cut her with my sword. All right, well, Janet, you're pretty much right within, you could pounce on her, you could do a charge action, if you so choose, and charge with your sword. Okay, that'll be an 8. And so on initiative count 12.
So this woman's trying to attack me with a broom?
If she was attacking you, the way initiative goes is that you roll the initiative die. On that initiative that you rolled, that's when you do your declaration.
Okay, so when I roll it is when I would tell you what I'm going to do to her.
Yeah, and then what that doesn't resolve then, the initiative counts up because everything has a speed cost.
Okay.
Everything has a cost in terms of time.
The only thing is, I wouldn't, if she has a broom, I wouldn't use my sword against her. I would just hit her broom with my sword.
I just said broom because that's what the figure has.
Okay, all right.
But I mean, if she was vicious and attacking you, that was the figure I picked up. Like, oh, she's being attacked by a lady.
Okay, okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay, I understand. So when I roll the die 6, I would have to tell you when I'm rolling it what I want to do as I roll the dice.
You actually don't declare it until we count up to that initiative.
Okay.
And then you declare, and then I'll count up again further, and then you'll resolve that action that you declared on the initiative. After you resolve it, you tell me what you're doing next, and then we count up further. This game is a little different than the Pathfinder we play on every other Saturday.
Okay.
But I think the initiative works a little bit faster than in that. Also, when you have first level characters, you do a resolution a little quicker versus when you have 8th, 15th, or 13th level characters. But this will still be a faster initiative style than that game. Also, if you guys didn't read the current beta test book that's in the Discord, move actions are 5 seconds. So, just so you know, you have a move action time, and that's
typically 5 seconds for you to move from point A to point B up to your movement rate. Those of you that are in leather or studded leather armor, you have a movement rate of 6 inches. If you're wearing chainmail, it is a movement of 4 inches. Over the course of time, you
What
may
am
have,
I wearing?
what's your AC?
Let's see. My AC, you said it was a 70%.
Yep, you are wearing a chainmail outfit.
So
You are armored up in chainmail. You move 4 inches.
4 inches. I'm going to write that down.
Over the course of time, people do get better with their weapon and with their armor, so they do get shorter times between swings, and they get a little bit better fleet of foot while encased in armor.
Since we are actually talking about weapons, I wanted to see if there was a way for me to talk you into making the whip actually a functioning weapon.
Okay.
It does. I've been talking about this. I've been thinking about it. I'd love to do it in my own campaign, but a whip does 1d6 points of damage and has the ability of tripping.
You'd be going for the whip?
I mean, I don't know with this character, but in general, if we do end up switching over to your world, I would love for somebody to actually use whip correctly in their system. And if anybody's going to do it, I believe you would be the person.
I'll read up on it and see how I think it would be best resolved, because most times whenever a whip is used in combat, it's used to immobilize, not to sting.
Yeah, and the ideal I have for it is it does tripping. You're right. It'd be
either immobilize or to actually render the person prone.
Right, but what does do physical damage? That's what I'm saying. A D6.
Yeah.
So it's your call. At the end of the day, since we're talking about weapons, I would love to actually see somebody use the whip correctly in their systems.
Okay.
You didn't complain about chain combat in my game.
I didn't. You gave me a chance to be the Human Torch. I got to, be turned into an octopus and hit 8 guys in the grundle. It was awesome.
You guys leave the community of Goboeth, and you head along the game trail towards Fenrir, which is actually an idea of what that town is like, because over the course of the years that you've lived here, you haven't really moved over 50 miles towards that direction. Most of you have visited the city of Ream a couple times. Ream's a huge city. Ream's beautiful, but it's very much not what you're going towards. As you're going towards Fenrir, you can see the landscape's changing a little bit. It gets a little bit more hilly, a little bit more rocky. And as you get closer in towards that area, you can see the stonework buildings that are set up as little waypoints. A few days into your travel, most of them are abandoned. Most of them do not have anyone there. You do find on the 9th day that there's a pair of overturned wagons, and there's some smoke curling up. You have a dead cow over here. Your 3 companions, Thomas, Billy, and Roberto, they're your 3 archers that the city of Goboeth has given you as extra protection. And as you guys ride your horses to a stop, some of you also have the ride skill or handle animal skill a little bit better at handling the animals than the others that don't. But as time goes on, you can get good with that. Handling animals is typically just a matter of learning how the animal's honoriness is and working around it, working around their stubbornness. The archers dismount, and they kind of just stand guard waiting for you guys to see what you want to do here, because you've got a scene where there's obviously been an attack.
Well,
I would like to use detect magic.
Oh, okay. That's what I was going to say.
Okay. Crafting, that was you, right?
Yep.
Which arcane do you have? The mongoose or the
Yes.
staff? Mongoose?
I have the mongoose.
Okay.
That's why that's what I was saying. Call me the mongoose.
Okay. You use your detect magic and you kind of focus over here a little bit, and you see that there is some residual things in the area, but as far as detecting the actual magic items, roll me your perception. The D percentile, please.
Okay.
And we're not in combat, so don't think that we have to go, like we have to wait patiently. If you want to jump in with an idea, go ahead.
Well, I just want to go over to the wagons and search and see what is in there, if any. There might be bodies inside. See if someone's injured or wounded that I might be able to help.
Yeah, it's pretty grisly. It's
62.
62? Okay.
Yes.
As you get over here, you do note that there's a few crates. Busted barrel, some crates.
Mm-hmm.
While Janet's over on this side over here. Janet, roll me your perception, please.
Is that one of the ones with the numbers on just one of them?
Perception is the D percentile or D100. However you'd like to remember that.
Okay, I'm trying to remember which one that is.
These, right here.
Oh, I have it in my hand, but I thought you said the one with the percentage ones, the 0. I didn't pull out the other one because I didn't know I needed that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Roll
one of the
together.
ones looks like 2 pyramids.
Yeah, roll these together.
Okay, I got them both. I have 22.
Okay. You don't really hear a whole lot while you wander around over here. The horse looks like it's been dead for about 4 days.
Okay.
You hear some excitement as Crafting, what's your character's name?
We double check. I already forgot.
Don't feel bad. New character.
Xerox.
You're up. You hear some things as you're kind of seeing like a soft glow, and buried underneath one of the broken crates over here, there seems to be a small gnome that was riding on one of the crates in the luggage section, but he's been crushed and he's barely alive, and the glowing item is coming off his hand.
As I'm taking the item out of his hand, I'm a healer.
Okay, so I'd run over there and see if I can help him.
Hey, Bruce, while all this is going on, I would just like kind of wander around, see what I can find. So I guess like a perception check. And if I see any signs like anything that would lead me to believe like, is there a group that attacks this way or a kind of creature? So like maybe bardic knowledge.
Or if there's any like arrows sticking out of other items, like they were bombarded with arrows, if there's markings on them, things like that.
When you guys start looking at the wagons themselves, you see like the wheels have been blasted off, and somebody used some sort of like fire attack with concussive force to explode one of the front of the wagon, and that also blew one of the horse's butts almost completely off and just burned the rest of the corpse. Somebody was using what looks like some sort of magic or magic arrows, but you see plenty of magic or fire scarring on both of these wagons here.
Okay. Well, I don't know for sure what kind of healing supplies I might have, or if I have any potions or anything like that to help me with the little gnome and
Okay.
how bad off the gnome is. Once I get him out from underneath the crates.
Yeah, I don't see a spell list for the divine.
The divine spell list is actually domains.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
think no, I don't think. My character would probably be walking around with one of I'm thinking Flady's character just to get an eye of what's going on.
By the way, Busker, I'm going to replace your character with this guy, okay?
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Kind
And
of.
I will circle in the opposite direction of where Flady and Colin are going and do a perception check to see if I notice anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Maybe another clue or some tidbit that might not be readily noticeable.
All right.
And the stuff that you have written in Discord, are these this sleep? Is that a spell?
Those are spells for the arcanes and the Busker. The cleric choices are a little bit different. I have to kind of walk you through that kind of
Okay,
on.
'cause, I was going to say, if there's no way for me to be able to heal this poor gnome, if he's
Yeah, there definitely is. If you wish to cast, what's your PD count right now? What's it say? It should be on the top right of the character sheet front that you have. Your PD is the same as their mana pool, but it's just PD points instead of mana pool.
let's see, I wrote down, I've got HP, fortitude, and then I have will. I'm trying to look. I don't see anything on there. Let me get on your Discord and look. I thought I wrote down everything.
Crafty Gamer, were you trying to say something to me?
You have 15 points.
Okay.
No, I was saying I was taking. Last thing I said is I was taking the
PD.
magic
Okay,
item.
let me write that down. I missed that one.
Oh, I thought I heard somebody say my name.
No.
Okay, so what is a PD?
PD is just your connection with your deity. That's your mana pool that you have for
Okay.
spells. PD points is different than mana points because that focuses towards divine spells.
Mm-hmm.
You do have the ability to cure light wounds, so if you wish to apply that to him and save him from certain death, go ahead and roll a die 8 and add 1 to it.
Die 8. Okay. Okay, and add 1. Okay, I got a 7.
All right, so, and that's with the +1, right?
Yes.
Okay. He looks like he's stabilized a bit, although as soon as you take the pressure off to where he was at death's door, he has a brief smile and he just kind of passes out for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
You've traveled on and off for about 4 days, and this area here doesn't really look like it's a preferred area to be hanging out to do things, because there are some hills in the area that could be preferred areas for bandit hideouts or hangouts, and the ruined rock buildings that were about maybe an hour and a half away from you, those could be, of alarm too. You've never been this way yourself, so when I say that this is kind of risky to be out here in the open, it's about 10 in the morning. You may want to ride ahead if you're thinking about like grabbing some cover, grabbing some rest. But the poor sap that you have here, he's really in no shape to be traveled with. The best thing you could do is either stay here and build a camp and try to nurse him back to health or see what the hell's wrong, or you could just try to heal him up and patch him. Maybe his God will lead his way, and he'll be able to live a few more years because he was, on his own recognizance to get better. It's all what you guys want to do.
If you guys want to go ahead and keep going, I'll stay here with the little gnome and try to get the information from him.
I would say I would like to stick around.
I want to try to heal him, and that way I can find out who attacked them. Because if he dies, we don't have any other way to get information.
Janet,
you didn't let me finish, Janet. I said I want to stick around.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Janet, I love you to death. I've said this in the other campaign. We do not split the party.
Okay. Well, I was just offering to help you guys so you guys can get your 250 coins.
We're going to get it.
Yes, but Janet, keep this in mind. These guy is probably heading for the town we're going for or coming from it. Either way, he either got hit just before or just after. If he got hit just before the city was, there's a pretty good chance that there might be more at the city. We need to know what's going on before we get to that city.
And that's what I want to get from this little gnome to find out.
So our best option as a group is to wait here until the gnome is recovered enough to give us some information.
And there's another way to look at this. Let me go put my Ferengi ears on. Help this guy. Rule 38 says war is good for business. But Rule 39 said no. Rule 38 is peace is good for business. Rule 39, war is good for business. So if this guy got hurt using Rule 38 and we help him along to wherever he's going, there might be financial, if not, let's say,
gratification.
gratification either by financially or by reputation.
Okay.
Around helping this guy is going to help us.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You're also
definitely with knowledge for sure.
You're also assuming that he was part of the group that was hit. He also could have been part of the group that hit this caravan.
Either one, yeah, because he could have been climbing around trying to find out what was in the wagon, and the crates fell on top of him, and that's what hurt him. So they just left them behind. So you're right, but either way, he's got information we need if we can keep him alive. Get him well enough so we can interrogate him. Right?
So in other words, we're stuck here at an impasse.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fine with
stuck
that.
until we can get him well enough to get info from him.
Is there any caves or anything like that nearby?
Here, there's about maybe a half-mile away. There is a set of ruined buildings you could possibly seek shelter in, if you so choose.
Okay, well,
That'll be our best place.
I'll pick up the little gnome and put him on my horse, and I'll lead my horse to wherever we're gonna go.
Our best option, and just in case he isn't a bad guy, is to try to do a stretcher-like thing and move him that way.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, we could take some time to improvise a stretcher with the canvas from the wagons and some branches from the local woods or whatever.
Or from the parts of the wagon that's laying there.
Yeah.
We can use that to make the sticks to drag him with behind the horse.
Anybody have a crafting skill?
I don't know sure what my skill is.
I have crafting, but I have no percentage in it as of yet.
Well, yeah, same here. Bruce, with my bardic knowledge, have I ever heard of people attacking in this fashion? I mean, these blast points seem very precise.
Yeah, the whoever did this is doing something kind of on a bigger scale than what you're used to and what you've heard in the past. You've never heard somebody using magic to disable wagons and cook the beasts of burden and then use the immobilized wagons just as a pressure cooker, an anxiety pressure cooker for all intents and purposes to make the people that are on board panic and then kill them. You do find a couple other bodies, but they have passed. And one of them looks like he died from blunt force trauma to his chest, magical scarring on his merchant outfit,
You find a group of about 6 or 7 dead caravan guards about 100 foot away. And I'm going to put everything that you guys can probably salvage here in Discord.
Okay.
Is
The
it
magical
possible for
item,
me
what does it
to?
look like? Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was saying, the magical item, what does it look like?
What?
The magical item, what does it look like?
Oh, it's a ring.
Ring. Let's see here. I believe I don't have a spell called Identified Object.
I'm starting to
You
think my
have
family's
Use
in the
Magic
wrong-
Device.
I was about to say, I'm thinking my family's in the wrong business. We should not be in the blacksmithing business. We should be in the jewelry making business.
We're the wagon making business.
Yeah, no shit. Well, throughout history, depends on what where you come from. A lot of the blacksmiths were wagon building, people as well.
Wainwrights.
Yeah.
Oh, well, excellent example. Blacksmiths weren't just blacksmiths, like the barbers weren't just barbers back then.
Yeah.
Blacksmiths
barbers
knew
at
how
a
to work
point
with
where
wood. They knew how to work with leather.
Right. Your barbers were your dentists and your doctors at one point,
Uh-huh.
which is terrifying.
Dude, agree.
So, is there any way that I can glean some additional knowledge using local knowledge? We got a plus 15%.
Go ahead.
All right.
I want to put on that ring, but I'm hesitant to.
It's not a real ring at the top.
91. And so it'd be 106.
There's a couple places out of Ream that you're worried about because you know that there's some criminal elements in Ream itself where people will operate out of Ream and then go be assholes, in the countryside, but then they'll put on a nice, friendly face and go back to the city and act like they're nobility or they're goody two shoes types. But when all actuality they're cold blood murderers. You think this is an organized situation that was done with the aid of either a cult or a thieves guild that's magically augmented.
That's always lovely.
Well, that's good to know, and also kind of sucky at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, you rolled like a 91. Sorry, dude. You get a good roll.
Is this I forgive my ignorance. I forgot. It's been, I've drank and slept since the last time I played this. Is this a roll down game or roll up game?
Roll up.
Okay. So Jay would have a horrible time with this game. Gotcha.
He already has.
Oh yeah. That poor bastard. I gotta
Too
get
bad he
him
couldn't
in
be there for my game.
I got to get him to start playing Warhammer Fantasy. That's a roll down game. He would be a rock star.
It's been quite some time since I played that. That was, about 30 years ago?
I'm playing 3rd edition. I was playing 3rd edition last night. I got text messaging asking if I'm going to be showing up next Friday. I just said yes, so I wasn't kicked out of the game.
Nice.
I was just asked to leave last night.
I still like one of the first things you asked about my game was slavery.
Are we still at the same place, or are we now at the other houses to try to set up camp for the night?
If this guy is really that banged up, we should move off the road far enough where we can still see the road, but we should be sitting here overnight. And
Janet, you need to roll your heal check.
Okay, so which one do I do? The same pyramid, 2 pyramids stuck together, one?
Yes.
And do I add anything with it?
Your heal skill.
I have a 3, and then I put what with it?
What is your heal skill?
You rolled a 3,
It
Janet?
says a plus 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not exactly a resounding success, but you don't make him bleed out.
Okay.
You try to you endeavor in taking care of them long term, but you have to move them anyway. So it's really not going to be. It's really not going to be something that like you.
Hey, is that the houses that you were about ready to throw across the room?
What?
The train that you're using for the houses. I remember you having issues with some train where you were talking about throwing across the room.
Yeah, I have a temper. Yes. What part of this did you not understand?
Yes.
So I guess what he's getting
I'm
at is,
saved them because those are nice.
is the train supposed to look like that, or is that like post?
Oh, this is after like time and everything has broken them. But you guys ride up to this location, and you've got your damaged or your injured friend on horseback. He's not feeling great, but he's not bleeding to death.
And we were not. It wasn't even an option to try and salvage one of the wagons, correct?
No.
Okay.
No, he said the wheels were blown
looking at
off
the-
and stuff.
I
Like
was
they
just looking
used
at the stuff we
exploding
could-
arrows.
Not unless you want roasted horse ass or something.
Nothing's better on a cold night than roasted a horse ass.
I don't think the horse is a suitable food material. You don't
Been
lack
dead
the
for 4
proper.
days.
What?
It's been dead for 4 days. Why
Yeah,
would
it's
we
been
want
dead for 4 days. But let's not try to turn that into jerky. It's not good.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was just looking at the gear that was left, and there's no way we could transport all that. That's the only reason why I was asking.
No,
I
because
mean-
Bruce said that he was going to list in
there.
Discord the
Yes.
items that we could salvage. Didn't
No,
he?
what I'm saying is we can't move all that.
No, I
1,200
know, but-
pounds of flour.
Yeah, just the stuff that we could salvage is what we were able
Yeah.
to take with us. And he said there was a ring and.
You know,
Actually, Janet, you might not have seen that ring because your busker, he saw the ring because he was using detect magic. But
No,
that
that
No, I
would
mean
be-
that's fine. Yeah.
my character is going over to the barrel of red wine and loading that up on whatever we have. He does not care. We're taking the wine.
I am giving him a hand.
But all seriousness, well, I am being serious about the wine. The long swords, the short bows, and the light maces and arrows should be something we take with us. If at all, that is profit that we. I am such that guy, son of a bitch. That we can use down the road for one reason or the other.
So there were.
Loot the
I
bodies?
want to. Oh, what
So
I
there-
want to do is after we get the gnome back up to health, if no one's come back and taken it all by then, come back here and hide everything so we can claim it later.
Oh,
Okay, wanted to ask something. So there was weapons and stuff left with the wagons.
yes.
Okay, so the people that attacked these wagons didn't attack it to take what they had. They weren't thieves to take what these people had on their wagons. All they wanted to do was kill the people.
Not necessarily.
There could be.
They
They
stuff
might have
that
wanted a
we don't know.
particular item, like the reason I don't want to put on the ring. Yeah, and that was me who found the ring, Bruce, not the Buster. The reason why I'm not putting on the ring because that might be what they're looking for, and putting on the ring might attract. Well, I doubt it'll attract them, otherwise they would have found it. But that ring, no,
Might
I'm not going to say it
activate
is.
the magic or something to where they can notice that it's there. So
That
you
could
don't
be
want
the
to do
case.
that. Okay.
Yeah, because
That
Bruce
makes
said
sense.
in his hand, not on his finger. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to put on this ring till I know more about it.
Okay, well, that's smart. So just
And coming back for 200 pounds of barley, 1,200 pounds of flour, 500 pounds of raw
Yeah.
hops. That stuff
Yeah,
is going to be rot. By the time we get back, most of that stuff's going to be rotted out.
Yeah, you're right.
Granted,
The animals will either get it or it will be
it's already
destroyed by
been
the
4
elements.
days.
Yeah.
Okay, he said the horse was dead for 4 days, so it's already been 4 days. So whatever was in there that was food wise is probably spoiled anyways.
other than the wine.
Besides the wine, but
the
you know,
barrel-
but,
yeah, I was about to say.
you know, we could get the weapons and other things if there's anything like that. We would take all that stuff.
unless there's
food-wise, I don't think there's anything good.
I'm guessing the barrel wine would still be good if it is, still corked and there's not been any damage to the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, all food stuff, I would leave as it lies.
Yeah, I mean it'll last as long as it's not damaged. It's just that's hours worth of hauling it from the wagons to the buildings, and
Right.
we just leave it.
Meanwhile, we got a guy on death's door, basically. Needs some assistance.
No
Once
longer
we've
on
had a-
death's door.
once
You
we've had a-
control that.
Once we've had a good night's sleep and I'm rejuvenated, in the morning, I will try to do the healing spell again and see if I
Janet?
am more successful.
You casted Cure Light Wounds on him, and that took out 4 of your PD points. If you want to cast it again, you can.
Oh, I'm allowed to do it again? I thought we had to sleep for like 8 hours.
You have PD points. You have
Okay.
points you can put
I
towards
have
whatever spells your
minus-
GP has given you access to.
Okay,
So,
so I
you
got
can-
15 minus what?
4.
Okay.
That single spell costs 4 points.
11. Yeah, Janet, if one spell wipes you out, we're all screwed.
That's coming, Connell.
I know,
That's
that's what
fine.
I'm saying. So I don't know. That's why I said I'd rather have a night's sleep and not drain myself completely in case we're attacked while we're sleeping.
Oh, that's why I'm taking first watch.
Okay, so, but what I mean is, right now, all we can do is feed this guy some food
Horse
and
ass.
give him some water and get some rest. And hopefully tomorrow he'll be a little stronger to where I can do a spell on him after I get my 4 points back, and then go from there. And then we can interrogate him if he's a little healthier.
And I'll go through some of this weaponry loot that we got and arm myself with a longsword and a short bow.
Okay.
Does anybody want any of the other weapons?
The other weapons aren't really the others. Longswords are good quality, but they're not the quality that you're used to, Janet.
No, I'm not for me. I'm asking if any of the guys need to take any of the other weapons that they see that they might need.
I'm a staff guy, so.
Off the list, I will go ahead if the group is cool with it. I'm not intentionally trying to make another damn archer, but I will take the bow and some of the arrows.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use a bow, Bruce?
Yeah.
Or
We should have got shotguns.
Who was that asked me about that? About the
The
bow?
busker.
Busker? Yeah, the you can use a short bow.
Okay. I'll take a short bow too.
okay, that means there's 2 left. If it's just me and you, I'll split up the arrows. I'll give you 20. I'll take 20, and actually, tell you what, I'll give you 21 arrows, and I'll take 20 arrows.
All right.
I wanted to ask about the it says there's 4 suits of chain maul and they're medium. Or is that too big for me?
That's the same type of armor you have on right now, but your
Oh, I
armor.
thought I just had a shirt on
No,
my
you
thing.
got-
It's
you have
shirt.
chain mail. You have. Does it say chain shirt or chain armor? Chain mail.
Mine says it's hard. Let me find it again. When I wrote it on here. Hold on.
And mine says just light armor proficiency, so I'm assuming that's male.
Yeah.
Mine
Leather.
says-
Light armor proficiency is actually leather, stud leather.
Oh,
6 Nations. Which character are you playing?
The skilled.
paper again.
You have leather armor on.
Okay.
Hey,
Bruce, I assume I have the same.
On this sheet that you have written, it says chain shirt. So
Okay. So you could change that out for the chain mail.
yeah, that's what I want to do.
The chain mail will improve your AC by 5%.
So 75% now.
Yeah, you'll be at 75. But you do note that the chain mail
Makes me slower.
It's a little heavier, and it's also not in the best of shape.
what's the movement for chain mail?
4 inches.
All right, just want to verify.
Okay. Well, it's better than what I had for protection while we're on the road. And so when I get somewhere better and I can trade it in and get me something a little better, I will.
Baron, I will browbeat Bruce into letting you jump into this campaign if you really have the time.
Because I told him we were just starting. If he was interested. So.
Give it a couple months, and after Chris has actually, got everything reset up, never asked. I expect Bruce to have a whole lot more terrain type miniatures on his table.
I expect to have a almost complete spell book for the characters.
Oh man, whose terrain was I looking at the shop? Oh yeah, was it Warlocks? Is it Warlock terrain? It might have been them. It's absolutely gorgeous terrain, but I'm not spending $500.
Yeah. Warlock is the same as Dwarven Forge. It's a lot of stuff, but it's really fucking expensive.
I love this version or this view of the little houses now that I can see the work and detail on it.
Wow. For a second, I thought he had us like in a Sicily, maybe Tuscany type area. No, we're smack in Germany. Look at the architect on that building.
It's
sweet
cool.
beer and brats, man.
You're right. Is it bad that I know that shit? I always feel nerdy.
White and nerdy?
Tannish nerdy. If I'm honest. Oh, and if I get too bossy, guys, just let me know and I'll shut the fuck up.
You've been fine so far.
Okay. So we got a fire. We built a fire and stuff.
Yeah, actually, you'd be smarter about it than I am. You'd put it inside one of the ruined areas.
We need to all get something to eat and decide who's going to watch while the others sleep.
You have 3 archers that are here on.
That's right. We do have
Robert, Thomas, and Sir William. Not Sir William, but he says, "I'm Sir William." And then, you realize you're dressed better than he is.
Are they doing the whole? Are they doing the watch for us tonight? Then, or are they expected to take part?
We're under the impression that's what we're doing.
Okay.
All right. Well, when you guys get off your individual watch, take a cup of wine.
Baron, let me know if you're wanting to get in, and I'll get you in for next game. If you want, that'd be fine.
I like your little campfire you got there, Bruce.
Yeah, that's a WizKids campfire.
Yeah, I should know. I got the same one.
Yeah.
Who might join us?
Baron Gira.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And then Mary was asking if she could you'd join too, and sure. I top at 8 people. Okay.
Bruce likes a large table.
Yeah.
I do and whenever I hear guys like Legion of Myth say, "Oh, I want to run a large game," then run a large game. I've been running large games forever.
All right, I am going to.
I've never ran above 6 people, so I don't know what it's like.
Baron was part of the Curse of the Crimson Throne game where I had 8 people. We played to 17th level.
I cannot tell you. You haven't been in a game with Bruce in person unless you have dice flying over your head.
Usually in anger.
Normally not that he's angry at you, just angry at the dice, and you just happen to be the direction he throws it at.
Sorry.
I could see that.
Do we have any water buckets by chance? Because Baron brought something up in chat, and has to do with waterboarding. Which it turns out to be a bad guy.
No, but if I drink more wine, it might not be water out of a bucket.
It's wet. Get them drunk. Waterboard. Same difference.
No, I'm not singing.
No break when wet.
Okay.
What's the alcohol limit on a gnome, anyhow?
Ooh, dude, no. Don't ask about that. The gnome will just take the glass of wine and he'll down it, and then about maybe 7 minutes later, he's going to look like Ron Glass when he takes his hair pin off and all of his hair frazzles out, and Rivers going through the Firefly. Oh my God, too much hair! Going through the Serenity, too much hair.
Fair enough.
Tell you what,
And I just totally dated myself because that was a good show in my 20s.
speaking of alcohol, Jade really can brew a really good bottle of mead. Holy shit!
Yeah. All right.
So does Baron want us to ask him to join us?
That's what I'm hearing. For reading
Yeah,
that.
because it does. He never asked.
I just threw it out there. I'll have you in next game.
That's about as much of an ass as you're going to get.
Okay, I was just reading it.
Because the characters that I have rolled up right now, like, I was rolling characters up with 3 dice 6 as they fall. And the only filter I have is that they have to have either an equal amount of positives and negatives or more positives. There's about, if you go into the dice rolling section for the Terran Killed group, that was where I was doing the pre-roll. There's about 11 characters that aren't ever going to show up in this campaign as heroes, but they're in what I call DMs speak an abortion. And an abortion is like whenever you're looking at your players and like, I need you to roll up a character, and they go through like 7 or 8 sets of characters because you can't roll the right dice. Like, oh, this isn't good. This isn't good either. And so you just take note of how many characters they kill before they find a good one, and that's the number of undead menaces you throw at the party at some point in the future. Like, oh look, it's an undead cherubim. Oh no, look, zombies have come out of the ground. And you do shit like that and just torture your players off their choices because they're like, And I use the word abortion quite a bit whenever it comes to creating characters. I know that might offend some people, but it's actually what it truly is. Like, I don't want this. No. Give me 6 more stats. And so that's kind of how that works.
Baron wants to know is there a druid?
We have no divine that's on that path yet. Baron, the first level or levels of the players, just depending on what options they get, they're kind of like in apprentice classes first, and then once they get the ability to train and go into an actual class, then things kind of start happening a little easier for them. But it's kind of like when you're a young kid and like all you get to be is either the fry flipper or you're the person at the drive-through counter, and that's it. You have to level up. You have to get good. Most people in life don't get good. They're between 3rd and 7th level of various classes. They can do things. They're competent. They can cast spells, or they can fight well, or things like that. They don't have all the benefits of what the classes could possibly offer because they just never got that good at it. They got to a point where they became comfortable. They could pay for the wife and kids, and that was where they stopped.
Yeah, he said we'll talk. We will talk. So
okay.
And there's no multi-classing in this game, right?
I'm going to do my best to not let that happen. I despise level dips.
I don't
It gets
know.
complex.
Okay.
Like, if it's in the process of going specifically for a certain type of prestige class,
Yeah.
I will make it available to where that is a possibility. But the way that this game is offering, like the first 14 levels should get you to where you have the ability to do things as you want. I think level dipping kind of hurts a game more than anything else because it just...
Okay, I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, just on the fact that like you're trying to run a narrative and your player's like, okay, well now that I leveled up, I'm going to take 1 level wizard. How the fuck did you do that? We're out in the middle of nowhere. Did you just like pop out your Fantasia and study what Mickey was doing? Tell me how you fucking leveled up from your level 1 fighter to your level 1 wizard. I want to know. So.
No, that's fair. I'm just curious. I mean, I have really no idea what I'm going to do with my character. So I was just curious.
I have an idea of how it will proceed, and I have goals written down on the whiteboard of holiness.
Right.
But like, there's definitely, we got rid of the builds. Like, there's things you pick up, and then like up to 14th level, you want to find mentors, and after 15th level starts, that's where you are at the point where like there's not many people that are at this level. You have to do it yourself, which means that you have to do downtime, and you have to train by yourself. You have to do things with somebody that's an accredited individual.
Okay.
Like with weapons you've got. You guys are horribly slow with weapons. You are. You got an 8 with a horse mace, a 7 with a longsword, and that's because you're basically trained. But if you find somebody in the future that can take you aside and be like, listen, I can help you with that weapon. I can help you become more powerful than what you currently are. Cool. So they can train you up a level to where you have a better damage code. You have more options available whenever you're attacking. Like certain, like people that are experts at a longsword, basically at every hit, they're also rolling for a CMB trip attack.
Okay. I
I
think
treat it like trade school or something, Job Corps versus, what is it, Phoenix University?
Yes.
okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry. I'm taking away from game. I can ask these questions later on. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So in the middle of the night, I've got to do a random encounter roll. All right. About 2 a.m, I need everybody to roll their perception check.
Perception skill. I don't have one of those.
And you roll D10, you roll your D100, and you add your wisdom. What's your wisdom modifier there, Connell?
8.
Your wisdom's an 8. You have a negative 5% to anything you do perception-wise.
So I rolled a 40, so that'd be a 35.
Yes, sir.
I rolled a 21. Guess I'm a heavy sleeper.
Yeah, if you're not rolling above a modified total of a 60, you're staying asleep on your perception checks.
Wow.
I got a 79.
All right.
You said wisdom affects?
Wisdom affects it. What's your wisdom?
12.
You get a +5 if you don't have perception as a skill. It's already got a written amount in there. So you would roll your D100 and add 5%.
I already have the skill perception.
Okay, so then it's already been figured in.
Oh, okay.
Keep in mind also, whenever you're sleeping, every one of you is not in your armor. Because if you're sleeping in your armor, the next day you have very little capacity to move at any flexibility.
Yeah. What was the target number again?
60.
Oh, just barely. I got 61 with my modifiers.
All right, those of you that rolled a 60 or above, you definitely heard something and you wake up. What do you guys want to do if you heard it?
Are archer guards still there and functioning?
You don't know if they're still there. You'd have to get out of your slumbering position.
All right. I grab my mace and take a look.
All right. You're the busker, right?
Yes.
All right. Crawls over. All right. You get out and
myself.
you see Roberto moving towards what appears to be this side of the ruin. And when you get a chance to watch him over here, you see that one of your archers, it looks like Thomas, he has been riddled with about 4 arrows.
Oh, that's right.
All right. Yeah. I yell, time to get up, people.
All right. At this point, all of you will start to wake up, and this is where the joy of this campaign, of this system, should lay. You are yelling them to wake up. I'm going to ask you what you're doing next, lady.
Does it look like because from what I just saw, does it look like our archers turned on one of their own, or is this like an outside threat that I can't see?
You have no idea what's going on here.
Oof.
Let's see here.
As you're deciding what to do, Flady.
Buster. Hold on a second. Buster, you have dancing lights.
You have to have a target to throw that on.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I figured that was a way of lighting things up.
No, it lights up an individual, but there has to be an individual to light it up, unless Bruce is running it different, correct?
Dancing lights, the way dancing lights works is you create up to 4 lights that resemble lanterns or torches, and or up to 4 glowing spheres which look like the evil will-o'-the-wisps. And they have to stay within 20-foot area in relation to each other, but otherwise move as you desire. You can also only cast 1 dancing lights at a time. This will last for up to a full minute. If you cast that spell, it will be for a total of that's for a full minute, and that's a first level spell, so that's only 1 mana point. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, and yeah, because like I said, I thought they work differently. That gives me like a little.
Okay, where do you want the dancing lights to be at? They can be within like 20. They can be within 20 feet of each other.
If they're like, I think you said 20 feet apart or something, or
yeah, they can be within 20 feet of each other.
How about start centering close to where our guy is down?
Okay.
And just kind of spread out to illuminate that area.
All right. You illuminate that area as everything starts off, and that's when I will.
I want to grab the guy. He's laying in our doorway, right?
That's your fighter. That's your martial character.
Yeah, can I grab his arm and drag him into the building away from the doorway?
On your initiative, you can.
I thought you said you wanted us to tell you whenever, at any time.
I hadn't started the initiative climb up yet. Yeah, okay. That was before the combat.
Okay.
When he yelled, that was when everything started.
Okay.
And now that you don't see that you're over here, this kind of area, I guess maybe. Let's go through here. I'm trying to figure out how this stand works. Please be patient. There we go.
Games. I slept in a chainmail shirt and was fine when I woke up. That's just a weird mechanic, and I know a lot of games push it that way. Not bitching, just it's a weird mechanic. That's all I'm saying.
I understand. As things go on, as time goes on, you make it an option to where somebody could, like you yourself, might be able to sleep in light or medium armor. Sleeping in heavy armor is something that only like a high-level fighter would be really good at.
Well, yeah, if somebody's sleeping in plate mail and all that, I 100% agree with it. It's just, once again, I'll shut up. Just in my head, it's just a weird mechanic for me.
Well, you're doing better than me. I'm waking up from a dead sleep and trying to get dressed while all this shit's going down.
Do you sleep naked?
Okay.
You don't have to have a conversation.
Well, I wasn't wearing armor when I was sleeping, and I'd rather have something to keep the pokey stuff out of my skin.
That's fair. That's fair.
I wasn't
Okay.
wearing armor, so it doesn't matter. For
So-
me. I'll just slip on a robe real quick.
On
He
chainmail.
does that on 1 because he yelled at 0. On 1, he cast dancing lights. Actually, it would be more like on 6 that would happen, but that's going to be the first thing that happens. He yells, everybody that is around him that didn't already wake up, roll a d6. Who else rolled a 60% or higher on their perception?
I did.
Crafting, what do you want to do?
Sorry, I was listening, but it seemed to have gone out the other ear. What exactly did I see?
You're really not in a good spot to see what's going on outside. I mean, you can see figures outside, and now there's light outside. There will be light outside in a few seconds, because you can see him casting a spell.
Yeah. Well, I'll get to a window on the.
Okay. And that'll happen on 5. On 5, you'll get to the window.
Okay.
For those of you that I didn't already talk to, that'd be crafting and that'd be Flatey, you rolled below 60, and it took the yell to get you guys up.
That would be me too.
You rolled above 60?
No, below 60.
Okay. You rolled below 60. I'm going to start announcing numbers here. If I hit the number that you rolled on the D6, who has the skilled character?
I do.
You roll a D4. Excuse me.
Okay. Rolling. And that would be 3.
Okay. Anybody here go before 3?
I do.
What'd you roll, Connell?
A 2.
Okay. Nobody rolled a 1?
No, I
2?
rolled it myself.
Say again?
I rolled a 2 too.
Okay. I'm going to Connell first, then the Divine. Connell, what is your marshal doing? You are laying here kind of half outside the building. You are enjoying yourself. There are some ants out here, but not a whole lot of ants are swarming you. They're swarming the dead cow. What are you doing? What do you want to do, Connell?
I guess I'm going to have to put the chainmail back on.
That'll take you a minute.
Oh, screw that. I am going to grab the bow and notch an arrow and see what I can see.
Okay. You're going to get your bow ready. That'll cost you 5 seconds.
Okay.
So that was on 2. That'll be on 7 when you got your bow ready.
Okay.
When I say ready, I mean you can actually fire.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But because readying a weapon is a move action. However, there is a speed factor after that, and because you're basic at bow, you're slow at it. It costs you 10 seconds.
No, that's fair.
Plus the fact, your quiver is not on your back. It's over there in the mud. So anyway. Janet, what are you doing?
Am I right there next to those 2 tall windows? Where am I in the room?
You are right over here.
So could
And actually, I'm going to ask you, what do you want to do? Because you.
That's what I'm asking. Can I climb out that window right there?
You can. It'll take you about 5 seconds.
Okay, that's what I want to do. I want to climb out that window so I can be ready to fight, because I can't do anything in this little cramped building.
No, you really can't. That'll be on 7.
All right.
Okay. On 3, who goes on 3?
That would be me.
All right, what do you want to do?
It's going to take like a minute to put on armor.
Yes.
I'm just going to ready my sword.
Okay. That'll take you 5 seconds to get your sword in hand. And are you a fighter or are you a skilled?
Skilled.
That'll take you another 5 seconds to get to your feet and get properly ready to move towards these. Actually, let me see where your character's at here. Here's Connell. I have 5 people in the group, right? Okay. Here he is. Okay. We don't have a arcane that's good with a staff, do we? Is that you?
I think I said something about staff.
Okay. Then we have the other arcane that's got the mongoose.
No, he's the one with the mongoose. No one else took the other arcane.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, yeah, the other guy had the staff. No, minus mongoose. Sorry, never mind. I was thinking about the guy with the staff.
So you did not take the mongoose.
Yes, he has a mongoose.
I did take the mongoose.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I was looking at this like, why am I not seeing my, like, this is weird. Okay. Pro streamers, guys. Pro streamers.
No, you're absolutely fine. I had the great misfortune of looking at on Discord miniatures and painting and thinking to myself, I should never paint anything.
Just do all your minis monochrome. Problem solved.
Okay.
Yeah, right? Being colorblind, it's like I have to do paint by
Skilled
numbers.
character.
Even then, it's
All right.
fine.
Skilled characters right there. You rolled low on your perception?
Yeah, I'm pretty much waking up and trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Okay. You can see there's some goblins outside the window, and a goblin dog is close to the fallen archer, Thomas.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, they breed with dogs? That's disgusting. They gotta die.
Gobos.
These guys are worse than insert racial epithet. Sanitized for your listening pleasure. Thank you, YouTube and Google AdSense. Please give me my $500 for checking the box to start my memberships. Thank you.
These goblins are French. Gotcha.
Well, if we know that Bruce is banned for a week on YouTube.
If he gets banned for me saying French, then YouTube is foobarred for everything else he's done in his campaigns over the years.
All right. 3, 4, 5,
Me.
6. Me. You. What are you doing?
Yep.
What are you going to do?
Let's see here. At this point, do I see the goblins?
Yeah, you do.
All right. Let's see. Double check here.
Oh, that's not
wrong one.
hell.
How big an area effect is sleep?
Oh shit.
1 mile.
Fuck. Sleep at this level is fucking devastating.
Okay. Within
It depends on how big.
you think you can look outside, and with a 6-second casting, you think you can cast sleep. Actually, it'd be 7 seconds because it's your first level. But yeah,
Okay.
you can cover all these fuckers.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Best part is I'm sitting at a window, so it's not like I'm easily noticeable.
Definitely should have brought shotguns.
Yeah, and by the way, when the lights turn on, the goblins, their light sensitivity kicks off like, and they start sounding like a herd of Antifa.
Yeah, you said that the sun was coming up. The sun was coming up.
They sound like a bunch of French Atiba. Let's get this right.
I should keep the ring down. It's pissing off my dogs. Good dog.
So none of us should just bust out singing then.
All right. So you'll cast sleep on 12. All right.
Okay.
At this point, the gob dog grabs a hold of Thomas and rips part of his arm off. Got some pretty nasty teeth for a gob dog. That's on 7. Janet?
Okay. I
You want
crawled
to
out the
climb
window
out?
already. Am
wanna-
I out of the window, or I'm just now climbing out of the window then?
Yeah, you climb out of the window and you're standing up over
So
there.
now
What do you want to do next?
I want to go towards the goblins.
Okay, that will happen in. You have the longsword?
Yes.
Okay, that'll happen on segment 14. On second 14. Okay. Who else was on 7?
I was on 6.
What are you doing?
Shooting.
Shooting what though?
Shooting the first gobbo I see. If it works. If it doesn't, then move and shoot. Can you move?
Moving and shooting is that requires some time and rate.
All right.
You
Well, okay. From where I'm standing, I'm guessing I'm not next to a window that sees gobbos. That's fine.
you see the goblin dog right next to Thomas.
And I shoot I shoot the bloody dog.
Okay.
All right. So that is D10s.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 70 plus what skill or anything to it?
You are the marshal in the party, so you
Right.
have a 5% base attack or base offensive bonus.
So
You have
that's
a dexterity. What's your dexterity?
13.
Okay, you get a +1 from dexterity. What's your intelligence?
Intelligence is also a 13.
So you get a +3. You get a +15 plus whatever you roll.
So that would be 75.
Okay. You are shooting wide on the gob dog. However, if you would have rolled a little bit higher, it would have definitely hit. The gob dog like looks at you. He stops chewing and notices you.
Okay.
All right. Let me resolve initiative 8 here for the good guys, or for Roberto and William. Well, not so much on Roberto.
Oof.
William's arrows go wide too. 8, 9. Okay. These two want to get real close inside here, and as they move up, it looks like they're fumbling at their belts. This goblin, riding on a smaller gob dog, he runs over here, and he's charging as hard as he can to get rid of Sir William. Nine, 10. He moves over here and sees this archer, and you see him decide to throw his sword. I don't think his Op 4 is going to do it. You see a goblin sword fly through the air and it disappears into the night. Okay.
Sorry. My first thought is in the dark you hear, ow, my ass!
10.
That puts us back at the top of the order.
We're at 10. It keeps going up. So whatever you say you're doing, I'll give you how many seconds it'll take, and you add that to the current ticker. Right now it's on 10. Lady, what did you do last? Do you remember?
I casted Dancing Lights.
Okay, you cast Dancing Lights.
Mm-hmm.
What did you want to do after that? Because that was on 5.
I would
could
like
back a little bit. Go ahead.
What's it called? The one that just charged in on the dog.
Yeah.
I'd like to hit him with flare.
Okay. Flare is an interesting little spell.
Where are these spells at? I can't find any spells for me.
Yours are different. That's why.
Oh,
Yours are based on domains, and I haven't written that part of it yet.
okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's all right.
it's okay. I'm getting most of the spells from this book right here, Janet.
Mm-hmm. I have the core rule book.
This is the core rule book.
Okay.
So if you look in the there's a part where it says domains.
Mm-hmm.
The main domains that your God has a big heart on for is good, law, and protection. Those are the 3 domains you have exquisite access to. There are other cleric spells that you can cast, but those are the ones that your God has a specific appreciation and dedication towards. Not that he doesn't mind healing. He's got major access to it. He gets up to 7th level spells in that. But you, if it comes to anything good or law or protection, you have access all the way to level 10 for those.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
But
you.
to let you know, I mean, these spells, a 1st level spell in my game is a 0 level spell somewhere else.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That's how we got.
Seems like later on, you could become like a Judge Dredd.
Okay. So this guy here, you hit with flare, and that from 5, you would be able to cast that on 6. So on 11, go ahead and cast that as we roll into initiative 11.
All right.
You would cast that. You burn one mana point goes away, and with flare, it creates a burst of light. In front of a single creature. He has to make a fortitude save. What is your charisma modifier?
I have a charisma 13.
Okay, so he's got to roll 60 or better on his fortitude. He rolled a 95, or 95 there. Okay. You cast a spell, a big white light goes off. That goblin is not phased by the flare. If you would have cast it at the gob dog, it might have affected it differently, but you targeted that. On initiative 12, somebody was casting sleep.
That would be me.
Okay.
I have all my modifiers up, so just tell me which one I need.
4 hit dice. All right. Now, in the old days of Dungeons and Dragons, sleep was the go-to spell for first-level wizards.
Shit. It still is even up into Pathfinder.
It's not bad.
At 1st level, it's devastating.
2 of these guys pass out, and Goblin Dog passes out.
Nice.
You can't behave yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, things have changed a little bit on the battlefield. Who here is familiar with the term morale check?
Oh boy.
All right. They are shaken for the moment. That was initiative 12. Initiative 13. Initiative 14. Somebody was going to cast or shoot on 14, I remember. I wrote it down.
I guess who was all shooting? Me and somebody else, right?
Yes.
So I guess that'd be me.
Yeah, I was grabbing my sword,
Yeah.
Okay.
trying to get on my feet.
All right.
All right.
The Gobbo dog has gone down.
Yes, it's asleep.
And is there anybody else I can see from the angle of my vision?
Right across from you, outside the window, there's a little goblin getting ready to poke your magician with a bow and arrow.
Well,
I'm gonna put a lot.
I'm going to apologize because I don't know how this is going to turn out. I'm going to try to shoot that Gobbo.
Okay. You're going to roll your dexterity, and your intelligence modifiers are plus 10 because you have a 13 or 12 in both of those.
Both are 13.
Yeah, both are 13. So you get a plus 5% from each.
Right.
And then you have your plus 5% for your base offensive bonus because you're a marshal. So you get 15 plus whatever your die roll is.
That's 66, 81.
All right. That goblin with the high dexterity, it hits the around the spackling of this old building here,
Right.
and it would have hit him if he was standing in the open. But you're trying to shoot through like a window or arrow slot.
Okay. All right.
Janet, I think you might have gotten lost in the count.
Yeah, plus I mean, if I'd known I could get these spells, I wouldn't have went out the window. I would have done some other things like done haste or some other things to give people more strength and stuff like that. I thought I already had my weapon.
Those are higher level spells. You can cast first and
Where does it say that at?
The document that I'm writing.
No, I know, but I mean, where does it say on each spell for level 1? So it says it in the book?
I believe so. Let me find the domains here.
Okay.
Sorry about the delay, guys.
Well, I'm on the other side of that wall, right?
Yes.
I'm just not going to worry about spells right now since I can't figure them out. It's taken me the whole time I've been trying to read and understand what's going on. I'll just come around that corner right there and try to attack that whatever that creature is right there.
All right.
Around the corner with my sword.
Because of the error that I made on the initiative and not asking you the question as I should have, that would take. You're able to cover that ground, and by the way, clerics, the chainmail sucks. You need to get better at wearing chainmail. You're at 20 foot around with it, but you get right in front of the guy and go ahead and make your attack.
Which dice do I roll? This the 2 pyramid one, whatever it's called again.
Percent dice or D100.
Called D100.
Yep.
Okay, I thought this was a D8.
No, these are D10s.
Completely different than Jan. Trust me.
That's what I mean. Sorry.
I'm having a hiccup.
All right, these are D8s. These are D10s.
Okay, hold on. All right. Let me hold yours up again. I'm gonna make sure I got the right one because I get these two mixed up all the time. I can't see
You have a 0 on it.
One has a 0 and the other one doesn't.
Yeah, the one has a 0 on it. The other one's got like 2 digits there.
Okay, and I roll both of those.
Yep, both of these.
Okay, I got an 80 and a 6.
Okay, that with the dice alone, not including your bonuses, you smack it. You have a D8 for a longsword. What is your strength bonus or your strength score?
Where's my key? Here it is. Sorry. To this side. And I was looking through the book. My D is see. My
What's your strength?
strength is 15.
You get a +2 to your D8 roll. So not these. You're rolling one of these. It looks like two pyramids stuck to each other.
Okay.
That's a D8. You roll that and tell me what you roll with your bonus of +2.
Got a 6.
All right. You cut into the damn gobbo, and he squeals in agony.
Good. So now what you gonna do to me?
What do you want to do next, Janet?
Oh, I get more than one move?
Nope. This is what are you going to do next?
Oh, I guess I'll hit him again on my
Okay,
next turn.
that will happen in 7 seconds. So we're on initiative 14 right now. On initiative 21.
Okay, 21.
Okay.
Write that down.
All right. So that was on 14. Anybody on 15?
I think that would be me.
Technically, Bruce never asked me what I was doing next.
I apologize. What were you doing next?
Well, is the goblin that's still alive, is he within my field of vision?
Uh,
So I presume the goblin on the doggo is, well, I'm out of my field of vision, given where I
the
was.
goblin on the dog is. Let's see. You can see him moving outside thanks to the dancing lights. Yes.
Oh, I can?
Yeah.
It might be a good idea to go for the one on the doggo then with a magic missile.
Okay. You're going to burn 4 mana points, and then you're going to roll a d4, add 1. Tell me what the bonus is, or tell me what your total is.
All right. 5.
Add another die 4 trauma damage.
4.
All right. He does not.
I mean, I rolled a 4.
Yeah. You rolled another 4?
Yes.
Okay. Add another trauma damage.
Another 4. I need to check to see if these things have been damaged in any way, because that's weird. 3, 4
They're loaded.
So
If you
another
keep
trauma
rolling
damage.
4s, it keeps going up.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, my dice are acting funny. They don't usually act this good.
4 is better than 1.
Yeah, but I literally just rolled another 4. Okay, I'm going to use
Another 4?
Yes, I like these dice, but I think I need to change because that is weird. I need to double check, make sure those aren't damaged in some way. Make sure that one isn't, I should say. There we go, a 1.
That's what it said.
Nice.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse you.
You're good. You did 11 points of damage to him. That's pretty good. On the trauma damage, that's whatever the result is, the maximum result is -1. So, anyway, you did well.
No, that dice is okay. It's just weird.
We're on initiative 15.
Stop printing out your dice there, Crafty.
I'm taking it, and I'm going to try and leave the structure and get myself into the scrum.
Okay. If you put yourself through the structure, you can get on the other side of the goblin, and that's considered a flank. You and Janet will both have a +10 to hit the son of a bitch.
Sounds
so
good.
I get to add a +10.
Yeah, she'll get a +10 to hit him. As you're claiming out of the damn thing, you see parts of the building chip away as the goblin angrily tries to attack you out of opportunity's sake. Okay. That was initiative 15. What are you doing next, Six Nations? You want to attack him with your weapon?
Oh yeah, stabby.
What do you have weapon wise?
Longsword.
Okay, that'll be on 22.
22. Got it.
Sure. On initiative 16.
I think that might be me.
Initiative. What? Go ahead.
One that's on the dog. Can I get to him in time, or is he too far?
He's probably going to get to William at that point before you get a chance to move, unless you're moving like right now.
Yeah, I'll move right now.
Okay. You can get over to him. You're making a very awkward attack because you're really not a well-trained fighter. But go ahead, roll your percentile dice and -10 with your weapon. Because charging is something that really nobody's sat you down and taught you how to do this. You're a busker.
All right. So I rolled a 97. -10. That's an 87. Do I get
That's clearly a hit, my friend.
Oh, okay.
So, roll me your weapon damage.
I think you said that's a D8. That's a 7, and do I get a +1 for the strength?
Yes, you get a +1 for your strength.
All right, so that's an 8 total, but that's a dirty 8.
You got an 8 total.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Okay, that was 16. 17. Oh wait, what do you, Lady? What are you doing next?
If he's still there, I'm gonna try and finish the job.
Okay, it looks like he's probably going to try to continue his charge with momentum up against this guy right here. On 19, the bowman holding his ground, he shoots the dog. Oh, a 10's not going to do it. And he decides he's going to bail. This character is going to try to shoot the dog as well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Colonel Shannon's the only one alive. The rest of us are just dead men.
Why?
I don't know. It just sounded good to say.
That's
That
not
was
a
on
good thing to say.
initiative 17. Going to initiative 18.
Mhm.
19. Initiative 20. This goblin draws his sword and he tries to back up a bit. You two, Janet and Flady.
Mhm.
That's common.
Wait, who?
That's
that
Janet.
would be me.
My bad.
No, sorry.
Six Nations.
Sorry, Six Nations. My bad.
I was
Yeah.
on the other side of the building.
You two
I
get
got the
a
only one inside.
battering attack on this guy. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I was at 21.
He's moving out of your threatened area, and he's
Oh.
not good at moving out of your threatened area.
Okay. So,
So
do
an
I
attack
roll?
of opportunity now.
Yes.
It's like my 20 or my same two again. Those same two.
Yes. The deep
That was going-
percentile.
Okay, here we go.
Here's how you know you're rolling them right, Janet. Whenever you can see the zeros pop up on them,
Mm-hmm.
that's the magic die for this campaign. And let me know if you ever roll that.
Oh, that's all I can do is try. All right, I got 89.
Shit. Is that including your
That's
what's your dexterity bonus?
and this one.
What's your dexterity?
Is, hold on. I'll learn these sooner or later. 10.
10?
Dexterity. Mhm.
Okay, and what's your intelligence?
My intelligence is, I'm trying to remember what that is. Oh, it's a 10.
Okay. So you're basically rolling on your dice right now, and you don't have any bonuses to hit. That damage that roll you did there, that's a clear hit. Go ahead, roll die 8, add 2 because you're immense strength.
And that is the square, right? This
The
one?
D8 has an
Yeah,
8 on it.
yeah.
2 pyramids.
Oh. Okay.
This one here.
I got a 2.
Plus 2 is 4.
So that's it. I got a 4. It sucks.
It's all right. Six Nations, did you roll?
Rolling now. 87.
Add your what's your damage?
Damage is a D8.
Okay. Do you have any strength bonus on that, or do you know?
Strength is only 11, so probably
Yeah,
not.
no bonus. No bonus. Roll me the D8.
6 damage.
He's looking really bad. I'll just say that.
Oh, goodness.
Not dead enough.
He continues to move out of the area, and he's going to flee on his next capacity for initiative. The dog carries him into Tom. Now, Flady, as the rogue, you get an attack opportunity on him.
All right. Well, I'm the busker, but
Yeah, you're right here. Full bonus, no negative 10.
88.
Roll your damage.
5.
Dog's not looking too good. The goblin attacks your archer. 84 before bonuses, so Tom takes it in the chin. He drops his bow, and he looks like he's grabbing his sword. Now we're on 21. Janet, you were going to attack that little shit, and he's tried scampering out of your area. You can run after him and hack him down.
Okay, and I roll the same 2 again.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Make the magic roll. Make the magic roll.
Oh, I got a 66. And then I got to roll the 2 pyramids.
You miss. You need to roll higher than that.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. What do you want to do after this, Janet? Because now we're on your initiative. We're wrapping up your initiative. What do you want to do after this?
After this, I'm going to keep going for this guy. I'll chase him down. Keep chasing him. Can't let him get away to go get somebody else to come.
Yeah. Horrible goblins making people come.
Yeah.
Anybody else on 21?
I think I'm 22. If this every 10 rounds, I should be 22.
What's my next number?
22.
Janet, you're for your longsword attack, either it'll probably be on 28.
Okay, 28.
Okay. Go ahead, Connell. Yes, you're right on 10.
All right. Is that Gobbo closer to me than?
The closest gobble to use is one on the dog.
I want to take a shot at it.
Okay.
That is a 73 plus 15 would be an 88.
All right. You hit Thomas.
No,
Yeah, not Thomas. Sir William. Roll your damage.
Which is, I haven't hit anything as of yet. Was that a D8, a D6? What is
It's a
it?
D8 with that short bow.
8. For 5 points of damage.
All right. Thomas is looking pretty irritated.
Those poor
I am-
hirelings, man.
I am throwing. My next move is me throwing the bow away and grabbing, going for my weapon because this is nope. I'm done with bows. I quit.
Okay. Crafting, you're playing the Arcane Wizard, right?
Yes.
Okay. When is your next movement? Do you know?
You forgot to ask me what my next movement was.
Say again.
You forgot to ask me what I was doing next.
What did you want to do next? If I don't ask you, tell me to shut up. What you want to do next?
Okay, I will
take
try.
a chance.
That's not
I
in my
promise.
nature.
What?
I understand. It's just that's not in my nature, so I will try.
Okay. But we're in a stream with Janet. I want you to understand the nature of her vocal volatility when she has something to say. She's going to be that battering ram going through all the Jerry's kids to get her words out. So I need you to understand that you have to be as wonderful as she is with the verbal aggression, but I do need you to speak up if I don't ask, because I need to know what you're doing next, and that's my fault. I'm trying to get into this mode because I like this style of play better.
That's okay. I made a huge mistake when I said magic missile. I don't have magic missile. That belongs to the other arcane wizard.
I'm not gonna get butthurt about that. If you want magic missile in your spellbook, you can have it.
Yeah, well, that would definitely be useful. Me being inside the magic missile is really my only option.
Okay.
At this point, which goblin seems like it's more of a threat?
The goblin that's on your boy William is being very aggressive, and there's a goblin dog there too.
Okay.
Will's got that tore up arm.
I think I'll hit the goblin dog with magic missile.
Okay.
So just roll damage again.
Yeah, roll damage.
Okay. 1.
It's a D4 plus
D4
1.
wasn't so bad.
It's a D4 plus 1.
Maybe I complained at my dice too soon. Yeah, so it's a grand total of 2.
All right.
I'm telling you. I mean,
you have laid the goblin dog down.
Huzzah!
Yeah. Fuck that bow.
All right. The goblin that came off the goblin dog attacks your friend William.
Wait.
You guys will see another blood spurt come off of William.
Daddy.
Wait, there was a third goblin dog?
No. This goblin dog died, so I separated the two.
Come on, Tommy, come. Whoa.
Oh yeah, but you said another goblin dog was attacking because I thought the first.
Yeah. There was this one over here. He got attacked by a sleep spell. And he failed to save.
Okay.
If you guys get lost in the count because I didn't ask what are you doing next, it's not that I go ahead and volunteer like Bruce. I got lost in the count, or you didn't ask. Either way, I failed as DM on this. Let me know.
No, you're doing good. We're just toads.
So
it's not a total loss. We can still screw up more. Let's go.
Yeah. So it's initiative 22. We're going to initiative 23.
I'll take that.
Yeah, well,
I was supposed to be 22, but
okay,
things went south. It's cool.
Did you want to charge after this damn goblin and grab him?
Well, yeah, I'm going to go full on up to the elbow with this gobbo.
Go for it.
I'm gonna roll for attack. 58.
He's still got his dexterity bonus right now. That's the only reason why you're able to not hit him. It's okay.
What is, I cannot pronounce it, the Pristingian
Prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, prestidigitation is just a simple cantrip spell. It's if you highlight it and look it up on D20SRD, what prestidigitation will tell you.
It's like pulling a rabbit out of a hat, a ham and cheese sandwich out of your ass.
Yeah,
It's fanciful distraction stuff.
minor tricks that novice
Got to know.
spellcasters use for practice.
I
You,
like as a wizard, I like to use that spell to light my cigars. That's about it.
Yeah, you can blow out candles.
Just
all
checking
that
out my list.
minor stuff.
You can slowly lift a pound of material. You can color, clean, or soil items in a 1 foot cube each round. It can chill, warm, or flavor a pound of material, non-living material. It cannot deal damage or affect the concentration of spellcasters, but it creates small things like jacks. They look crude and artificial. Things created by prestidigitation spell are excessively fragile, and they cannot be used in some sort of like attack or as a tool to fix a product or a spell component. Finally, prestidigitation lacks the power to duplicate any other spell effect. Any actual change to an object beyond just moving, cleaning, or soiling it will last about an hour. You can do that spell once and it'll last you a full hour. I wouldn't say go ahead and cast it now because it's not that effective right now. You need to staunch the friend. You need to kill these sleeping goblins while they sleep. And then you need to, try to patch up your buddies.
Well, I figure hit the goblins that are still alive, and then those with swords can quickly just stab to death the sleeping ones. Yeah, dispatch the sleeping ones. Unless, of course, sleep is going to run out here soon, in which case I'll start magic missiling them right now. But
Sleep should last a while.
That was initiative 23?
Yeah.
Yes.
Initiative 24.
Bruce, the one that rode by me, that just lost his mount, can I slide behind him and try and finish him?
Yeah, I'll give you plus 10% with a flank on there.
87.
That's a hit.
I'll take it.
Cut him in the leg.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. 2. That one's going back in the bag.
I can understand my dice being, cold. I haven't used them in a long time.
I'm actually
But
using.
you guys should have hot dice.
Yeah, I'm using a new set for Bruce's game. They're about ready to being thrown in the freezer after.
I bought this ginormous bag. It's got like 10 sets of dice in it.
Bloody hell!
And, they still suck.
I might have to pull out some of these other ones.
Busker, what do you want to do next?
If I can pin this guy in, because I know our archer's not looking good, and just try and finish him off. I mean, and after he's dead, I want to search him for the protein drinks he's been drinking to have all these.
Okay. You're going to go for another attack. I see. That'll happen. This is initiative 23. That'll happen on initiative 30.
Well, that leaves me with very little to do because now people are in my way.
I want to redeem my whiff and get a nice skull crack.
The magic missile is an unerring attack. It just costs four mana. That's it.
Okay. What's my? Okay. Let me double check my sheet since I need to figure this out on my own. Let's see here. Is it on the first page? Oh, mana. I don't have enough for a mana. Ooh. Question. If you go over your mana amount, what happens?
You fall asleep for about a minute, and then you come back and you're kind of weak for the rest of the day.
Okay, well,
Dresden
casting.
file.
Did you ever cast?
Let's see here, yeah, I overcast my one. What was the first spell I cast? It was a magic missile.
What's your mana pool
In the middle of battle, though.
My mana pool is 8, and I remember casting a 1-drop spell, and then casting the 2 4s, which put me up to 9. But I can't remember what that 1-drop spell was. Crud.
Say again.
I can't remember the spells I cast.
You casted Dancing Lights, I thought.
No, that was me.
No, that
he
was not
he
me.
casted
That was the
Sleep,
Busker
then Magic Mixel.
plan. So it was Sleep, Magic Missile.
That's 8 points there. Sleep, Magic Missile, those are 8 points there.
Oh, well, then I couldn't have cast a third. I couldn't have cast a second magic missile because I only have a mana pool of 8.
What's your intelligence?
Let me double check here.
Depends on what
Intelligence is 12.
Okay. Yeah, you could have casted 3 second level spells and that would be about it.
Oh, 3?
Yeah.
Well, I've cast 2 with magic missile and sleep, so.
No,
And I cast
that puts you at 0. You don't overcast, and if you don't go past 0, you're just kind of fatigued a little bit. But if you go to -1 mana, then you're like, okay, I'm going to pass out for about a full minute here.
Damn.
Then when I come back, I'm going to be completely exhausted for the next hour.
Think of it in
But-
terms of like tensing a muscle
Yeah.
versus like major fatigue.
Well, technically, I managed to do that.
I've often thought about using a mana pool, but it not attached to your intelligence, but your wisdom and your con. It does con damage as soon as you go over the points.
Backing your body with that mystical energy and all that.
Yeah, because that power's got to come from somewhere.
Right now, I mean, he's at 0 mana. That's okay. He's at 0. If he got to 0 and no further, he's fine.
Better 0 mana than 0 hit points.
Yes.
Yeah, well, if that be the case, I might not be proficient with it, but I might as well grab a sword and start finishing off the sleeping goblins and the gobbo dog.
That's a great
much else
idea,
I can
actually.
Don't forget the harsh language.
That's a wonderful idea. Walk out with a sword in hand.
Yeah, each one of them saying, "Die, you ugly motherfucker!"
Gamer, I want you to pick up the Dresden Files.
Okay.
Well, I did think for a minute calling this character Dresden just for the hell of it.
This goblin right here is going to pour on the speed, so he's going to try to sprint out of here. Janet and Six Nations, you two will get a plus 20 to hit this guy.
Woohoo!
And I rolled the same 2 dice again.
Yep.
Oh God, please be better. Oh,
Luck be a lady tonight.
I got 95.
Roll damage, Janet. You heal him in the kidney.
Finally got the other one. Okay, hold on. Let's pick up the right one. Okay, here we go. Domino. It says dice. I rolled a 3. And it gets a 20 with it, right? So I got 23. Is that good enough?
You roll a D8 for
I
damage.
rolled this double pyramid.
Yep, and add 2 to it. So
5.
I had a 3, and you said I got 20
you got a
earlier.
plus 20 to hit. You got a plus 20 to hit on these.
Oh, that's what I said. That's what I just rolled, right?
Yeah, you rolled a 95, 96 or something.
A
good.
93,
93.
and then I rolled a 3, and you add what to that?
Yeah, 2 to that.
Oh, so that's a 5.
Your strength.
But I thought you said I got 10, and then there's another 10 was added earlier that's going to be on my next turn, and this is it. So I don't get those
That's for
10.
the attack, not the damage.
Now this is an impromptu. This is an attack that spawned off the fact that he's trying to flee from you. It's an opportunity attack.
Okay, so it's 5 then.
Yeah, you. And we haven't. This isn't your actual initiative. This is his initiative.
Okay.
Six Nations. Did you hit?
Okay, so it was plus 20 to hit That would be a 88. And I'm rolling damage now. Oh, crap. Fell off the table. Reroll. 1. Damn it. So I do 1 damage.
You have no bonus from strength? Oh, yeah, you've got a strength 11. All right.
Oh, you should never have griped about a 4. But it's all right. I'm not doing very good either, so.
Okay. This guy flees at top speed, and he continues for about a good 70 feet into the night, and you don't see him anymore.
Aw.
You better run.
Over here, between the two of you, you guys do dispatch this thing, this foul goblin, and I'm kind of ending the combat, not prematurely, super prematurely, but you guys have got like 6 bodies that can crowd around one creature and attack it with impunity.
Okay.
So this fight, as much as you guys might have gotten dinged up and hurt, you're going to find out that you did come out of it alive. Your companion.
Let's go check out Tom and Will and Rob's still kicking, right?
Rob didn't get hurt that time.
Someone went running. Someone went running
This
into
character here,
Yeah.
and while I'm describing this, you guys are going along with sleeping goblins and cutting their throats.
Okay, what about my little gnome, our little gnome? He's still in the building, right?
He's still in here. He's asleep.
Okay.
I think we managed to get to the goblins quickly enough. He should be unharmed.
Yeah, you actually do.
Do we get a bonus if we collect ears?
If you want to collect the ears, you can.
What are you going to do? Put them on a piece of string and wear them around your neck till you can get back to town to sell them?
I'm hearing what Jan is putting out there.
I'm just saying.
So you guys managed to completely put these goblins, the 4 out of 5 that you got attacked by, you make sure they're going in the dead book. The dancing lights fades, and the only light you have is the embers from your fireplace. You manage to bandage everybody up. The cleric, the divine, she goes around and she does her curative bits with everybody and gets everyone to where their wounds are cleaned up. Tom
Since I'm
is
clean,
excessively battered.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, since I am in perfect health, I never got even touched. I'm going to gather the goblin bodies and put them someplace where I can see them in the campfire light, and start searching them for any goodies.
All right.
And as soon as I have a magic, I'm going to cast detect magic, but that will have to wait.
You find Prozac, Viagra.
I can detect magic on them. I haven't used up my powers. Remember, I didn't realize I could do it.
Yeah, that is true.
So I can detect magic on the bodies. See if we can find
wait
out
until I get them all
anything.
gathered up so you can cast it once and you'll see it all at once.
Okay, that sounds good.
You know, Bruce, I adore your games. I'm glad I'm part of it. But this is the first time I've ever looked at a bow and just want to break it on principle. Which is weird for me.
Yeah, a different perspective.
Six
the bow.
And I'm just lady has seen me in Bruce's other game long enough. I'm the bow guy, and I just want to go around snapping all of them. This is like, what the fuck?
Maybe this is the chance of not being the sneaky archer.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being a sneaky archer.
Mm-hmm.
No, I kinda if this game goes the way that Bruce is going, I'm not going multi-class, but I kinda have brewing a build I'd like to see in this campaign that might work. Just being a one class character, which is not weird for me, just uncommon for me to do. So I think JoJo the Barbarian is no longer going to be the idea.
I don't know. I'm just being me, basically. It's easier for me to just think the way I normally would think.
I binge watched Netflix Castlevania, and I kind of want to make Trevor. And it pisses me off that every game that I ever played that has whip in it, you either have to be a bard to be proficient in it, or eat a feat. And even if you have a whip, it doesn't do any freaking damage. It's just like, what the fuck?
Because whips only do damage in Pennsylvania.
What?
Otherwise, you reserve for the bedroom.
Your mic's going out again.
If you dip the ends of your whip into some kind of metal and let it dry on there, and then when you whip somebody with it, you'll actually do it.
Okay. I take a stick, a long stick, like a good 2-3 foot stick, take a very, very small amount of the foul-smelling liquid and put that on the fire. See what happens.
Oh, I thought you were going to impale the goblins there for a second. I'm like, wow.
I didn't know what he was doing. He was going to start poking over something.
Heads on pikes.
Well, I looked at what Bruce said, and there's foul-smelling liquid, so it's like, I wonder if that's their drink or explosives.
It's probably the explosive they were dipping their arrows in, but we'll find out in a minute.
It's either some sort of Greek fire or Gabo White Claw.
What's a dog slicer?
A dog slicer is a small, like a butcher knife sized dagger or short sword built for goblins.
Oh, so it's too small for a person like me to use?
Yeah, you'd be at a -2 to use it, and it wouldn't provide you a lot of damage.
I mean, for like if somebody attacks me and I drop my sword, I'll have a small dagger, at least stab them in the throat or something.
You'll be at a -10 to hit with it, though.
Yeah.
Do what?
You'll be at a -10 to hit with it.
Oh.
With the squeeze.
Okay.
So what happened with the foul liquid when I did that?
It puts part of the fire out.
So it's not flammable.
No.
I'm thinking
Quite
it's
the opposite,
their
in
health
fact.
juice.
Interesting. What would they have that for?
But Bruce, while everyone's doing that, I would just inspect the bodies. I'm not like searching them. I'm looking more at like their outfits and stuff, looking for insignias. Comparing
Yeah, and I want to do the detect magic too. On the body.
Detecting magic on the bodies doesn't really reveal a whole lot, but the potions glow a purplish color. And you know that from when you've casted Cure Light Wounds on people in the past, your hands get these little funny spell notes that are purple. That's also the color of a conjuration type of potion.
Conjuration potion. Let me guess. Drinking that would be very bad.
No, I'm assuming they're probably cure potions. They just smell like crap because they're goblins.
Yeah,
I don't know. Conjuration. I don't know. I don't want to restrict these.
Doesn't it?
Imagine if it was a conjuration potion, you drink it and the creature conjures in your stomach.
Yeah, that would suck.
Bruce, ideas.
I love it.
But when we're all done, I'll before we go back to either sleep or go into our shifts, I'll start working on my next epic song, combining the events of the burnt wagons to this fight. I'll highlight some of the, highlights of the event, like Cormac of the Nobo.
Because you're the historian.
Lemmy of the Big Whiff. Quinn of the Wasted Flare, and so on and so forth.
So how's that gnome doing? Can I ask him? some questions, like what actually happened that he can recall.
Yeah, we need to ask him
See
now.
if there's any details that he might be able to
Well, Bruce said
give
he
us
knew
to
he was
put this
gonna-
puzzle.
Bruce said he was
And
going
we
to
need
call it quits around this time.
Yeah, and we want to find out too. Was he riding with them, or was he with the people that attacked them, the wagons?
For the intents and purposes of this conversation, the gnome tells you, he's like, my name is Dale,
Mhm.
and I come from the city of Reno. I was a member of the Coaster Guild and very happy with my job until our wagon got hit. Please tell me that you have all the items. He's able to talk to you at least.
But well, we won't know if we have all the items unless he tells us what items he's looking for.
There should have been a ledger. Did you get the ledger?
Mm-mm.
We're going to have to go back and find the ledger.
Okay, we need to go back and look. Do we all want to go, or?
That could be done in the morning.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say it's got to be like 2:30,
I thought
3
the sun
a.m.
was coming up. That's why the goblins were having a hard time seeing.
No. The goblins had a hard time seeing because somebody casted dancing lights.
Oh, that's right. It was a spell. Okay.
Fox
I
with
asked
your
him, was
night
there-
vision.
I asked him, was there any special items that the goblins might have been after?
You got attacked by goblins? We got attacked
Well, that's
by
what attacked us now.
by raiders.
He said they got attacked by raiders.
Oh, I thought he said goblins.
By chance, were you carting an ark?
No.
So these not be the Raiders of the Ark.
No.
Okay.
So,
What
what were
blaze
you
to fire
hauling?
like that? Were they Imperial troopers?
No, the people that attacked us were human, but I couldn't recognize their manner of dress or tabard. All I know is they attacked us from what appeared to be the direction of Fenrir. And I don't know. They were men clad in heavy plate, and then their wizard hit us with a fireball.
Oh, damn. I mean, what's a fireball? I don't know that at all.
Oh, you know what a fireball is. You know it means a lot of death.
So if we're to believe what he said, there was human raiders attack the caravan. They had a spellcaster.
Yeah, but
Basically
it came from the
burned.
direction of the city.
Yeah. And the gobos, I guess, saw it as an opportunity to get some free loot.
That sounds like gobos. I mean,
Okay, so the bad guy we're going to watch out for are the humanoids, other humans. that we got to be on the lookout for. Oh, we need to ask them if they were wearing any certain colors or markings.
that was just asked,
Oh,
and he didn't recognize.
he didn't recognize anything.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part.
that's all right.
We have 6 people in this panel, so I imagine there may be someone that will not hear everything we said. In the morning, as you guys are getting ready to depart, as the sun's rays first come across the camp, you see that there are 2 members. Looks like there's 2 people on horseback. Looks like they're approaching you from the direction of Gilboa. And at that point, I'm going to call it for the evening. Mehdi and Garrett, you two are on deck for next session. Everybody, congratulations. This was the first evening, or first day that I've been running this little test campaign. And I'm looking forward to continuing this to its very long in the distance conclusion.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry about the confusion that I had with the combat initiative.
My only regret is not paying better attention to my own mana.
You're fine.
I'm sorry.
At least you can go below 1. You would have been. Elf, it was good to see you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For those
Yeah, if you didn't spit out that sleep spell, this would have been a much different event.
Yeah.
Much different.
Mhm.
I would have foreseen much pain in our future.
Yeah, I will try to look up spells that I'm allowed to use so that I can write them down so I have them easy access, because trying to look through them in the book when you don't know what you're allowed to use, it's frustrating.
And that's the sign of a good gamer right there. She takes notes from the book and writes them down for easy access.
Yeah, I wish I know what I'm allowed to have. But
So
see,
this-
on the other thing, I have that Hero Labs. It tabulates everything for you. This, I don't have that, so I'll have to go through the book and write everything down.
That's one of
this
the
ascending initiative that we got going. So basically, what we'll do is we'll roll initiative, whatever the number is. You call out the number. We go, yeah, that's ours. So we'll do an action, and then afterwards we'll say what we're going to do, and then that will be an additional number added to the initiative.
Mhm.
So we got to get in the habit of action, reaction, and then just keeping tabs on the number of the initiative.
Right. It seemed, at least with my character, for my turn, it was like every 10. I rolled a 2, so 12, 22. We never got up to 32. That was, from my understanding, that's what was how my turn worked.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find some gooder dice.
Just had the crafty gamer print you out some loaded the right way, so it rolls hundreds.
Well, I've got like 7 sets here. I'm trying to use stuff that I haven't touched in a while, and there's definitely some new ones. So I'm not certain how these roll. I also got some old-timey dice in another bag.
I mean, my D10s, like I said, I bought a new set of dice. I don't know why, but I bought a new pair of dice, and they're itty-bitty, but the numbers at least stick out really good. I'm like, yay! I rolled a 35. What do you do? Fucking jack shit, and Jack just left town.
Yeah, but they look
I got a
pretty.
giant set of dice. They're like literally 2 or 3
See,
times the
this
size
looks
of
like
regular dice.
this one looks like, to me, it looks like a diamond, like you'd put on a ring.
The D10 looks like a diamond?
No, this one, the one with the percentage
Yeah,
stuff.
those are D10s.
Okay. And now this one, the other one, to me looks like 2 pyramids sitting on top of each other.
Janet, for
These ones here that I've been using.
Yeah, I'm looking.
They look really nice. They're all marbly, but they roll like crap.
I play
So
at least once a week.
maybe some of these over here.
Normally on Wednesdays, once a week on Wednesday, I've been playing Flames of War, right? And this guy, because of the era of the time, where either Axis or the Allies, and I'm playing a Finn. So one day I'm a Nazi, the other day I'm a good guy, and the guy who normally plays Germans has these dice that have like the Nazi symbol on them. So I've been trying to go through the internet and find dice that has the Hebrew language on them, just to counter out that. I know they exist. I've seen a D20.
Nice. But yeah, Janet, for full clarification, the percentile or D100s are known generally by 3 names. D10s, which is when they're used individually, percentile, or D100. And percentile and D100 is interchangeable.
Okay.
Well, question for you, Bruce. If you're still there. If I got the golf ball, which is a D100, right? Could a player use that? If I picked up the D100 dice, the golf ball, right? That rolls like shit for everybody.
Yeah.
Would that be allowed?
On the table, yeah, it would work.
If it stays on the table, Colin, it's fine.
Okay. Can I
Hey,
just
Bruce.
I have one.
Can I pick up 5 D20s?
No, sir.
Oh, come on.
How about
Bruce, when
one
can we come over to play? Your table looks big enough. For my
D120?
guy.
I know, right? Oh, we have one of those.
I have one
My
of those.
table's too small.
This table's perfect size. We have this huge thing here.
Okay, I have to go get mine now since we're playing this game.
For those DMs that feel that their stuff that doesn't take up enough space, this is the ideal addition for a game.
There you go. Yep. Didn't somebody
had
make
a
like
D-
plushy ones for like the lawn or for like throwing across the room?
Yeah.
Yeah, rubberized
great.
ones or whatever.
All over the place.
Hey,
I thought I didn't get any, but I thought they were pretty cool.
yeah, there used to be a bar, I think it was in Dallas, and it was called Monopolies. And they had big giant foam dice that they'd roll out on the floor where everybody's out there dancing and stuff. That was a lot of fun.
So, think whatever you want about the movie that came out. AMC Theater for extra swag. I think I paid. I got this for free.
I know. I went to this theater too, and they didn't have anything.
I had to get this on opening night, because they were sold out the next day. My buddy worked at the theater. Is like, I got you an early birthday present. I'm like, oh.
So is it just a die or was it like a popcorn bucket?
It's supposed to be a popcorn bucket, but I never put popcorn in it. Let me see where.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
It's fucking. As you can hear, I keep my dice in it.
Yeah, it's nice. I tried to get me
pretty
one,
sweet.
but they didn't have any. Yeah, that's cool.
As soon as I have some time to pay somebody off to do it, I
Need to fill that up with M&Ms or Skittles or something.
See, I just have this. It just says bag of holding on.
I want to.
There's nothing wrong with that, Janet. There's nothing wrong with that.
I know, but is it cool? I thought it was really neat.
The bag of dice. Yeah. No,
And
I
they're
mean,
all
almost all of us
colors.
get stuff like that.
See, they're all different colors.
I
You
got
just gotta separate the ones with the mojo and without the mojo.
what was it? I've been forever. I kept my dice in a Crown Royal bag.
That Crown
Yeah,
Royal
that's
bag
right.
is the right of
John
passage.
Wall is a classic.
I cannot put my cigars in it because there's no way to seal it and they would dry out.
Then you got to make a humidor in the shape of a dodecahedron.
Don't encourage that behavior from me because I'll figure it out. What I do is print one out, then I'll have to get like thin cedar planks, and somehow, no, maybe. Damn it!
These are my digital hands,
I grew up on MacGyver. I can make this. I did some bubble gum, a toothpick.
It's like Explorers,
Yeah.
where he had like little hands on his antennas and stuff.
Yeah, when his hand got cut off, and he was like, "It's gonna look huge."
Little tiny hands, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything looks huge in these little hands.
We'll see you guys in the pictures of this campaign. My name is Bruce, and thank you for stopping by. Thank you so much.
I feel like I should say something that I say on every other Saturday, but I'll be nice right now.